the street ball. Think of AND1 forever.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's AND1 Demo. We here live in New York for the first episode of the On the Clock content series right here. We got a very, very special guest for y'all. Skip to my Lou, a.k.a. Mr. AND1, a.k.a. Rafer Alston. I got my man Val here. Say what up.
Yo. New York, what's up? What's going on?
Y'all good? How you
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm feeling great.
You feeling
Can't
good?
complain at all. Happy to be on here today with you guys.
Bet you sound a little raspy.
Nah, man, that's just me.
No doubt.
That's just me, man.
So we live here in the AND1 showroom. So we really happy to have you, man. We appreciate you coming out.
Yeah.
So we're gonna run through, have a little conversation here, so
all right.
Get to know you a little bit better, man. I feel like a lot of people know you for certain things. Some people know you for the street ball,
right.
Skip to my Lou. Some people know you for that Rafer Alston, the NBA. You know what I mean? Some people just know you as Skip. You know, I've been mad places with you where like people just come up to you like they coming up to their friend, man.
Right.
A real person.
Right. That's me. Since I was a kid, one of them type of kids that's, easy to get along. People gravitate to. I gravitate to people. So, especially wanting to be a basketball player your whole life, it was always good to be a people's person.
Bad. I feel like that. I'm a people's person too. It's not many strangers that I meet. So, you Jamaica Queens, right?
Jamaica Queens, baby. Southside Jamaica Queens. You always got to put the Southside in there first.
Yes, sir. South Jamaica,
Southside
boy.
Jamaica Queens in there.
You from Far Rock, right?
Yeah, I'm from Far Rockaway, man. A lot of people don't even consider Far Rock Queens. They always we're like an extension of Long Island,
Right.
County. But
that's what I thought. I thought that was Long Island.
But the funny thing is, Far Rock is real close to Jamaica, though. It's like a 15-20 minute car ride. So it's real close to each other. But man. Damn, Southside.
Shouts out to Far Rockaway, man.
Yeah, dog. Far Rockaway, man.
Only us in Queens we know about Far Rockaway. Not too many people know Far Rockaway, but us in Queens, shout out to Far Rockaway, man.
Yeah,
got a lot of good ball players come out of there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, even on a collegiate level, we have girls and guys that's going far from Far Rock. So
Far Rockaway.
Yeah, man.
So man, let's get into it, man. So you from Queens, man. I feel like your life could have went in a completely different way. You know what I mean? The environment that you grew up, man, Queens, the 80s, the 90s, it was different, dog.
Cracker.
It was real different, dog. Talk about your environment, man, before basketball. I'm talking 6, 7, 8. What was it like growing up?
Man, 6, 7, 8. Growing up in Southside Jamaica Queens, it's tough. Yeah. You're exposed to a lot of things, good, bad, and indifferent.
Yeah.
And as a child, everything, seems normal, right? Because everyone's going through it, right? Your friends, your peers, their family, your family. So everything seems rather normal. It's not till you get a little older you realize, oh, this is different. This is not the way, one should decide to live and grow up in. So, but a lot of things go hand in hand in the neighborhood. Basketball is synonymous with the streets in life. Everybody that's in the streets at one time aspired to be basketball players. Basketball players now, because of our environment, inspired to be street dudes. Yeah. And so you got to decide, as someone along the line, which route and direction you're going to take. If you're going to succumb to the temptations of, the street life, or you're going to stay focused and afloat with basketball.
Yeah, I even noticed too, even now in the current climate, man, you have a lot of kids who grow up, they in these leagues and they playing for these city leagues, but the streets are so close to the game.
Right.
It's just that it becomes, if this thing don't work out and I'm not really feeling school and basketball is the only reason why I'm going to school. If this ain't working out, then I gotta make some money.
You got to navigate through it. You got to know how to, remember back in the day the slogan just say no. See, for us and growing up in the inner city, it's a lot of things we got to find to just say no to.
Yeah.
And it's hard, man. And I think the one thing for me was, at a certain point, was basketball was the savior. It's like, man, I can always go to the park and spend my whole day. Sure. So if you're in the park and let's say for me, 7, 8, 9 years old, I get up at 8 o'clock in the morning, eat a bowl of cereal. I go down the hall, knock on my friend's door.
Yo, you coming out?
Yo, let's go. It wasn't even you coming out. It was like, yo, let's go, right? And sometimes we'll hurry up and go to the local school for free lunch, right? And when you go to free lunch, we wake everyone up. I don't care if it's the girls, and it was like an unwritten rule. You knock on everybody's door. And you just get, look,
In your building,
because
right?
remember, we all grown up the same way.
Looking out for each
so
other.
if I'm hungry, I know darn well you're hungry because I know you and I know your parents. So, do you know what I'm saying? So it was like we had to look out and take care of each other. So by default, we were all brothers and sisters that lived in that block in the neighborhood. So if I'm walking down the street, I gotta wake you up. Yo, come on, Dad, we going to free lunch. That's how they started, right? We go to free lunch. Then we go to the park, right? It's like 9 o'clock now. We in the park. So we in the park from 9 to about 2. Then we'll run back home just to get maybe a bologna sandwich, if that's available. You know, remember, your parents is struggling. You know, some of my parents is, addicts. You know what I'm saying? So that's life. So we had to, as a young age, we had to figure this thing out.
Yeah.
Getting mad, crying, that wasn't an option. We'll come eat a sandwich, we'll go back to the park.
That was the outlet.
You see what I'm saying? So we've been, in the park from 3 to about 8, because it don't get dark in the summertime until nighttime. So, and that was our day. And guess what? It was safe, right? Because people knew no matter what's going on around us and in the neighborhood, you knew not to mess with them kids and everybody in that park.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely, it's like a safe haven, man. You know, a lot of times, like you say, like, you try to take those breaks to get a meal and then go back to it.
Yeah.
A lot of times you may only have that bowl
If
of
you
cereal.
had-
if
if
you
there
had
was
it,
a
you know what I'm
meal in the
saying?
house, as
Sometimes
people,
that
you
bowl
know,
of cereal might be the only thing,
Yeah.
but the only you keeping you like, damn, my mouth is cotton mouth. I'm hungry, but
Yeah.
I want to.
We used to drink the water from the water fountain in the park,
Yeah.
and that was nasty.
Yeah,
But
people-
it was what it was, and we made it through.
Yeah, and when you're young, you feel like that's normal. That's just how we live.
Yeah.
But you get older, you probably see different things. You're like, man, to hell with this shit.
It doesn't stop you. It's not even so much when you get older. So here's a difference. It's when you come out of your neighborhood.
Yeah, you see
You see what I'm
different
saying?
things. Yeah.
So I'm growing up in South Jamaica Queens, but if I went to Bayside Queens,
Bayside, they live in.
now you like,
yeah.
oh, wait, that's abnormal. What we doing?
Right.
Because now those kids, they got water bottles in the park. They mother and father
They
come
got
in,
the stuff
dropping
in
off
the
soda and drop off A's.
Yeah.
Hey, you need to put you something to drink. You know what I'm saying?
all the
So
time.
you don't gotta wait till you get older. It's just when you go to a whole different setting, you realize, things ain't.
Things start to open up.
Yeah,
and then
things are not. They just isn't right where we live at.
you start to want more for yourself.
Right. That's when your eyes and your mind open up. Like, oh wait, about your home life, your situation, your area, your environment. You start to realize,
Different than what
this
other
is
people going
abnormal. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
I feel you on that, bro. Because if it wasn't for sports, bro, like I don't know where I would be today.
I say it every day. You know what I'm saying? I say it every day I wake up. I said today I woke up and went downstairs. I said, when people was like, oh, you skipped my loop. I'm like, I could be a docket number if it wasn't for basketball. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Honestly, I
could
think it's humbling.
I could be inmate such and such, such and such, such and such. If it wasn't for basketball.
That's where a lot of people end up being. That's where statistically you're supposed to be, but like that's when that discipline kind of come through, man. Like you said, you learn what you learn in the park, bro. You carry on in life, bro, because it kind of teaches you how to really survive out here, man. Because that's where everything go down in the park.
Yeah.
Fight, kiss your girl.
I learned everything. I learned a lot in the park.
Yeah.
I learned a lot in the park.
Park is where you earn your stripes, man. You get your first couple cuts at the park, man.
Yeah.
So I know you mentioned you said South Jamaica Queens, so you're from New York, you know how notorious that place is, especially back in the 80s. So you coming up as throughout the 80s and the Supreme Team running rampant and Fat Cats crew. I know that you set up a lot of the basketball leagues in the project. So was that something that you took partake in, or
around that time with that going on and what do they call this? I forgot the name of the tournament. Smith's tournament or Smith. I think it was Smith. I forget the name. Actual name.
Yeah.
I never aspired to play in that league.
Okay.
It was really more for older.
Oh, okay.
Like,
yeah, I figured.
You know what I'm saying? So I was young. You talking about 86, 87.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 88, really. I was inspired. The crazy thing happened, too, during that time is my gym teacher was the one that got knocked out and killed. The referee in the tournament.
Wow.
Man,
I was like 12,
right?
right?
11 around that time.
Yeah.
Wow. And I was on my elementary school basketball team, and when he didn't come to work for a couple of days, that's when it hit me. And he was my coach.
That's
on my elementary
insane.
team, and I was like, wow, man.
Yo.
And, one thing about me through basketball, I always gravitated to my coaches. You know what I'm saying? I always was, because I was one of the, if not the best player on most my basketball teams that I was on as a young kid.
Yeah.
I always gravitated to coaches. The coaches always gravitated to me. Obviously, they're going to gravitate to the best player. Yeah. And, it really hurt because, he was our gym teacher. He was my coach.
Wow,
he was somebody in the neighborhood that, you could always talk to. and that happened.
Yeah.
So, but I never aspired to be in those leagues because I was young. But you knew it was going on,
Right?
And
For
you
sure.
knew, everyone was going. It was always crowded. It was a good league until the neighbor's a neighborhood. You got wages on it. Big money wages on it, and again, to us, that was an everyday thing. It was nothing to us,
right?
You're oblivious to the negative.
Yep.
Yeah.
Until you get out that environment.
Because that's all we have. So
Right.
we got to turn the negative to a positive.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So everything that's negative look cool to us.
Definitely.
So you said there's a lot of money being bet, there's a lot of stuff going on. At what point did you decide that you was gonna really take basketball kind of serious?
I always took basketball serious from the time they put a ball in my hand at 5 years old. I remember I was 5 years old and I was in the park, and that's when I learned the game. I picked it up rather quick.
Yeah.
They didn't teach me hey, you got to dribble. Stop dribbling with two hands on it. It was like, give me the ball, this is what you do. And I caught it, it was not my left, it was some things were natural.
Yeah, for sure.
I had God-given talent for the game.
Yeah.
I take it serious every day. I remember as a young kid in the 80s, I always, the Big East still on TV. I couldn't wait to watch the games every day, all day. You know what I mean?
Some of the best games.
And always inspired to want to be those guys. No matter what I did throughout my travels in life, basketball was always something was a crutch. And so it was serious. I always wanted to make it to college. I always wanted to be in the NBA. That's what was serious to me from again, the time they gave me the ball.
Yeah. So, I mean, coming up in New York City, you're in Queens, it's the biggest borough, one of the most diverse cities in the world. Taking your game from a street ball aspect and then bringing it to the school system where you had to play for like an organized team with coaches and other teammates. Did you find it challenging to kind of transform your game when you had to get into those type of settings like middle school, high school?
No, none of it was challenging. The only challenging thing is getting along with your teammates.
Yeah.
That's challenging. It's understanding that everyone's learning curve and growth in the game is not like yours.
Right.
And when you're a young kid, you don't understand why.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're like, man, we grew up in the same day. We play every day. Why why can't you use your left hand? Why can't you just go? So you get mad at your peers and you realize, things come quicker and rather for me.
Yeah.
But it may not come for the next guy.
Yeah.
And those are my biggest challenges. Every step and level I went to is understanding your teammates and what they can do and what and what they struggle with out there on the court. So that's my biggest problem is that that was it, man. I used to get into a lot of run-ins with my teammates and which didn't bode well.
Yeah. And I feel like
the coach.
I feel like all of that too also comes from just a will to win, man. You just want to win the game. It's nothing personal. You just feel like when you get to a certain level, you should play a certain type of way.
It also, I'm saying, what I'm alluding to too is handling those situations, and that comes from everything. Like I said, everything in basketball for us, it ties into our upbringing, our community.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
Know what I'm saying? Learn how to deal with certain situations.
Yeah.
Too. So when you come from situations and backgrounds that we come from,
that's how it's
violent,
like that.
Violence.
Lashing
yelling,
out, being brash.
Right? That's normal because you see it every day. And then when you're on the basketball team, you realize
different
structure. You can't handle it.
You can't be like that.
It's a better way to get your point across. You know what I'm saying? And those are the things I had. I struggled with. That was one thing I struggled with. When I was in organized basketball settings.
So with your coach, he passed away. Who were some of those people that kind of helped you? Like
all coaches. Every coach I had. A lot of them. Unfortunately, are gone. You know what I mean? So I'm deceased, passed away. May they all rest in peace. But all my coaches helped me with that. They helped me every step of the way. Because a lot of us, our fathers are not around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the neighborhood becomes your extended family, your extended parents. And my coach was always, for me personally, because they saw something in me with the basketball, they were always, in my ear about the do's and don'ts and and what to expect because they've been around. I wasn't the only player to come through that neighborhood. We have so many talented people that they had the chance to watch succumb to life in the streets, and therefore their talents, they never reached their potential, went on.
Yeah.
So when they see a kid like myself, they're like, look, we don't want you to fall through the cracks like these guys.
Right.
So they were always in my ear, so they helped me with everything.
Facts.
Yeah, so being that you had that extended family, being in the hood, and it was a lot of money being made on the streets during that time. What was it that kept you focused on strictly basketball instead of, going the other direction?
Well, I wasn't strictly focused. That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
You got caught
partake
up a
in
couple
that
times,
too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So by no stretch or any means, I was an angel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Try to get by.
Because of life and your family circumstance, sometimes you know, unfortunately, you make a decision. And
Yeah.
and you're just you say, you know what?
You're like, mama ain't gonna be hungry.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do. Was it right? No. And like I said, so basketball was always my out.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas the next kid didn't have that out because they weren't as talented. Basketball was always my out because I can play it with the best of them, and I knew that I could make it if I just buckle down and just stay,
Definitely.
Just stay on the right path.
Yeah.
I made mistakes.
Yeah, I mean,
if you want to call it a mistake, or
Yeah.
I made some bad decisions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I was able to reel it back in and do what I need to do to make it.
That's good. I think maybe that's why like the game is so special to you because it was that outlet.
I will always be indebted to basketball.
You definitely set the tone.
Always be indebted to basketball.
What it means, like most people just think get to the league, but like, bro, like you was famous before you even got to the league on the street ball court.
Yeah.
But one of the things about that, man, like you said, you was one of the best. A lot of people from New York. I'm not from New York. A lot of people from New York, when I do the research, they didn't go to a lot of different boroughs and hoop. You went everywhere and hooped throughout New York. Brooklyn, Harlem. You was everywhere, man. Like, talk a little bit about that. What were some of your favorite
I just wanted to play. I just wanted to play, and I always wanted to play against the best. You know, it's a measuring stick, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Now you're starting to grow up, and now you hear all this. Brooklyn's the best ball players. Harlem got the best. The Bronx, Queens is whack. So all the coaches and people, you know, that I played for in Queens, they knew to come get me and take me to any borough when they had a tournament game. They knew, let's get Ray. You know, I could be on the neighborhood, I could be on the block. You know how we talk. I could be on the block. I could just be outside hanging with the fellas. It's so weird because the whole neighborhood see a certain car come through. They like, Ray, the coach is here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We running wild in the neighborhood. You know, and they're like, yo, coach here, Ray. And I'm like, what's up, coach? We got a game. All right, where we playing at? We going to the Bronx.
Take that trip, boy. We're going to
get my shoes upstairs. And I just get my shoes, and I go out there and I get them kids hell and come on back. Like it was, just a day in the life. It's not to say that they didn't get, that they didn't beat me, their team ain't beat. It's not. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is though, they knew to come get me to play. But me personally, I wanted to play every day. I wanted to play every day, all day, and we had to challenge ourselves. And the only way we challenged ourselves was playing every borough.
Yep.
It was tough too, because, as young kids, the crowd, the things that you're exposed to, as far as from a crowd standpoint, could be brutal. You 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old kid and grown-ups are heckling you. And I'm not talking normal language.
No, you're talking
you go to Brooklyn, the Bronx, Harlem, older people, they like on you. Like,
you're going to miss the shot.
Profanity, this and the third. But, it made us tough. That's one thing about playing in the city or in any inner city. It makes you tough. So when I went to high school and college and the pros, the crowd, they saying things like, you start laughing like, I heard that at 12. You got to find something better to say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's funny you even mention that, though, because you even see some players in the league, they get offended by what the crowd is saying. They like,
oh, now, they prima donnas and everything. They get mad because the media said something.
Yeah, it's like, back then,
when I was in Toronto, they say all kinds of things. I used to go, I'm laughing when I get back home. I'm like who cares? Like, I don't ever say that about the pros. Those guys, you worry about what they say about you. You're making millions of dollars.
I wouldn't give a damn,
I would be laughing every day. You don't think I'm not a first team all the way? They paying me like one. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you still bring it home, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you
care if Stephen A. Smith or this guy said something negative about me?
And too, because of social media. They after every game, halftime, they picking up their phone, they checking what they saying, and then it gets in their head, man.
I think that's just crazy though. Like to check your phone during the game, dog. Like to see what you being said. That means like you care what people say about you.
That's crazy. That was always crazy.
But you got to remember too. You got to check their history, their upbringing. Facts. They might have been shout to the parent.
A lot of these kids,
you just don't know. You know what I mean?
From AAU.
Yeah.
Some people are tough-minded because of what they had to endure on their way
To the top.
to stardom.
For sure.
You know, everybody's road is different. You know what I'm saying? My road to the NBA is totally different than the kid that made it to the NBA from Roanoke, Virginia.
Right.
You see the difference? You know what I'm saying? My road is different. You know what I'm saying? Because I had the chance to understand that. That's what I'm saying, dude. That's one thing about basketball. You know, you travel, you get to be around people from so many different walks of life, so many different areas that you get a chance to understand where they come from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I met people from Roanoke, Virginia, or this part of Seattle and Portland. Two different worlds. Then to grow up in the inner city of New York City. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
It's a chance.
We're exposed to at
it's a chance
9,
to
10. I
connect.
look at my youngest son. He just turned 11.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there looking at him playing. We go in the game playing ball. I'm like, you know what I was about to do at 11 and 12? Two totally different things.
Man,
You understand what I'm saying?
Two different
Like
lifestyles.
we were like putting our freedom on the line at 12 years old. And I'm looking at my son and they crying because you tell them that, yo, you can't play a video game for the next hour. You got to study. You see, it's two different worlds.
Pick your poison, but that's
It's two
good
different
problems
worlds.
to have though. Like shit, I can't play my
You know,
video
I wish
game,
I was
you know
growing
what
up
I'm
like how my son is growing up now.
Yeah.
'Cause that's the way to
Yeah.
live. I wish I was.
That's what it's all about, though.
My
You were able
dad
to
and
create.
my mom was in my life. That's two totally different things.
Yeah. You're able to create a different outlet for your kids, man. And that's what it's all about at the end of the day.
And that's important now.
Through
for our
basketball.
Basketball, for sure.
So that's why I tell people that's why I'm addicted to the game, because I'm able to show not just my kids, even my mother, my sister.
That's what it's all about,
That's what
dog.
basketball afforded me.
Yeah.
Is I can show. I got a better way, because if not, it still be here.
See, I
in New
feel
York
you
City.
on that, man.
That's what it's all
You know,
about,
doing
man.
God right, trying to scrape up every penny.
It's getting bad too. Homeless
You know
rates
what
at
I'm
its
saying?
highest this year too in the city. So
And it could only get worse.
it's getting bad. It's getting worse.
It
You know,
is, man.
the drug problem is coming back around. The opioid issues.
That's
a lot
what's
of
scary,
people.
dog. Like, it's like the 80s stuff is kind of coming back, though.
Slowly but surely, though. You don't see everybody on the street corner, but you see a lot of people laid out, though.
Yeah.
And it's a sad thing to see, man. You know, if you can help your family get out of those situations, do it by any means. So, salute to you, man.
Yo, so, like, before, you know what I mean, talking about even before the NBA days and all that, who's some of the players that you played with through the New York boroughs that, like, you know what I mean, made it out too? That you was like, dang, this is some tough competition,
man. A lot of us. Man, Stephon Marbury's one.
Yup.
Coney Allen.
Carl Shamgar, Kareem Reed, Shaheem Holloway. Man, so many names. You name it, man. A lot of them are younger than me. You know, the Lamar Odoms,
Yeah.
Ron Artest. I mean,
Forgot about Lamar.
Metta World Peace.
Lamar's from Queens, I believe,
Yeah,
too, right?
Metta's from
Oh, he was a
Metta World
beast
Peace from
back in the
Queens.
day.
Yeah. He went to Christ the King.
Yeah, so it was a lot of us, man. It's so many names. And when you think made it out, and
I'm talking about
just to
names.
put. Oh, I think she made it. You know, just
Like, made it out, but, you know,
I want
he
to
made
put this in
something for
perspective.
himself through
For us to go to college to make it out.
Yeah.
See,
Get that
people
free
don't
education.
understand some things.
Free education.
Just for us to go to college was considered making it out for us. Because if we were basketball, a lot of us probably wasn't going to college. You understand what I'm saying? So, but those are some of the names. I mean, and it was every day. I mean, that competition, those names I named right there.
Yeah.
Just to play against those guys every day was tough, man. They brought it every day. And there's plenty of other names that I just, it's hard to remember all of them.
Yeah.
Gotta
You
check
know,
the
but
tape,
it's
bro.
a lot of
footage
names, a
back
lot
in
of
the day.
basketball, and we lived the dream every day.
Yeah.
We eat, sleep, urine, whatever, basketball, and it was all day, every day, and you know, you couldn't tell us we weren't making it.
Sure.
You know, like we
Yeah.
all thought we was gonna make it to the NBA, and we was gonna, we went to basketball camps together, we played in tournaments year round, like with and against each other, all the way until we all got to college, and
That's a beautiful thing, though, man.
It was wonderful.
You know, just being able to grow with people that's, within the city. And
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it helps now for us to stay in contact with all these social media platforms. If we didn't have that, a lot of us wouldn't be in contact with each other. So with all these social media platforms, I'm able to get in contact with Marbury. I'm able to get in contact with Kareem Reed, because other than that, I'm living in Houston. They somewhere, and
Right.
you don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's good. Yeah, even for me now. You got Sketch My Lou, and you got AND1 is still going on. The fans now can reach me. You know what I'm saying? So now the fans
Shout
can reach
out.
us,
What's
because
the-
at the
what's
end of
the
the day,
name?
say that again.
What's the ad name?
Official Rafer _Alston.
Follow that, y'all. Follow
Yeah,
that.
like right now.
Yeah.
Like
Right
you
now.
watching
Hit that
it,
follow
like
button.
go
I'm
follow
real corny.
that.
I'm real corny on social media. I don't even know how to post stuff. But again, like I'm saying, like even through basketball purposes, like, you know, all the fans across in different countries, you know, that
Easier
love
access.
that love AND1, love Skits My Loop, they can reach us now because of social media. Now it's you know, it's a big thing again.
What you think it would be like if y'all had that back in the day, bro? That's crazy.
I don't know. We never know. You don't know.
Imagine a
it's
camera
again,
phone in
it's like-
1990. A camera phone in 1990, yo.
It's like sports now with the kids,
crazy.
because everyone's wondering, man, why people ain't playing a lot of basketball? I said, because of technology. They got iPhones, iPads, iPods.
They in
They
the
got so many
house
games.
next door.
So I tell people, if we had that, we wouldn't play either, because we had that one Nintendo game that we all stayed in that house and tried to play until we realized, man, this duck hunt is boring now. You know what I mean? Duck hunt is boring, so let's go outside. But we tried to stay in the house and play that one game. Then they started coming out with Kung Fu, Mike Tyson Punch Out. You know what I'm saying? So,
My cousin had that game.
you know what I'm saying? They had all these Tecmo Bowl. So like, remember when Tecmo Bowl came out? We was in somebody's room till their mother kicked us out.
Yo,
Like,
every
y'all
time I
gotta get out of here.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So imagine we had everything these kids had now.
Right.
You know,
It would have been the same outcome. It's just that more access to technology. Everybody would stay inside.
But what I'm saying is we wouldn't play ball every day.
Yeah.
What's crazy?
I'm telling you, if I had an iPod, iPad,
you'd be on
I'm
it.
not going. Where am I going? Everything I need is right here on this
there.
device.
Yep.
Right?
Think about how
You
many
can order food
kids-
right now. You ain't got to go outside and get food.
Basically keeping yourself entertained.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, basketball.
Think about how many kids literally are in the house next door and they playing online. They playing the same game, but they playing online with each other.
Soon
as
you
opposed
don't
to
ever
going
have to come outside. You know, this is where it's going
That's
to be.
scary, bro.
Right? You don't got to go get food. You Grubhub it.
DoorDash, Uber.
You don't even have
That
to.
stuff
You
is
don't even have
crazy.
to go grocery shopping. Someone could go do. You could log on the store. They go get it. They bring it to your crib.
See, I didn't even know they
Amazon,
deliver groceries.
so
I did-
like-
Sooner or later,
I didn't know that.
you're gonna work from home. Everything's gonna be you can do the work there. You don't right now. You don't have to go to the bank and get the money out.
Nah, you don't.
You take a picture of your check and it's deposit. Oh, it's deposit now.
Yo, I don't even like that though, yo. Because they take too
But they-
damn long to put the check in the account. I still go to the bank.
I'm just
24 hours.
I still go to the
Do you know
bank.
sooner or later you're gonna go to the bank and it's gonna be no teller?
It's like that now.
Yo.
Bank of America got.
It's gonna be no
virtual
teller in
bro.
there.
I
So who
seen
you go to the bank to
I
talk to?
had seen a robot at a shop right,
I'm
man.
trying to tell you.
Like scanning the food, putting the food. I'm like, what
Dog,
the hell?
Serious.
It was a robot doing what I seen people get hired to do.
I'm about to buy the little robot thing to clean my floors.
that's-
Set the timer, let the thing go around the thing and clean the floors.
I was in the airport.
No
I
more.
saw
So now
somebody-
the maid service is gone.
It's gone.
They don't have
ins-
there's no more jobs for them.
That's
it's
insane,
not-
yo.
Bro, I saw somebody with.
They don't have to wash the dishes. We can put them in the
suitcase
dishwasher.
following, Dog, in the
That's
airport.
crazy to me.
I'm telling you.
Smart suitcase.
That's
in the
crazy,
airport?
bro. I've never seen that yet either, bro.
The cars is parking themselves. You just sitting there.
That's crazy, man.
Come on, man.
Time just changing, yo.
We're gonna live like the Jetsons.
2020
Yeah,
is
we
on
all
the
laughed
liquor
at
store,
that.
man.
We all laughed at that cartoon. It's talking dog.
But it's serious.
It's
though.
coming now, though.
That's when I'm done. When my dogs start talking, I'm out of here. I'm not
I
eating
don't
that.
blame you, dog. I don't blame you. Some of that techno shit is kind of creepy though, man. Like, damn, technology really, is smart. Even with the phone, the Face ID, I look at my phone and turn on. You know what I'm saying? I don't really
Government
got
got all your information,
Like,
bro. Your fingerprint, your face. They went from fingerprint to Face ID. What you think they doing with that, bro?
storing that joint somewhere.
Storing it. They got all your
Shit.
information.
But I think technology, social media definitely changed sports, especially basketball. And you see the media being more involved in the game. So,
As a fan, you could be more involved. That's cool, man.
yeah,
Like,
the interaction, but it has its pros and cons too.
dude, our
sure.
cameraman showed us some VR set where you can put your seat in the game. You can put yourself in the seat and watch a live game going on.
Yeah, so
But so speaking of college, bro, Fresno State. What made you go all the way to the West Coast, dog?
Well, I'm to junior college first out there.
Okay.
You gotta let's back it up. So I was growing up playing high school. I didn't really play a lot of high school ball. I was in and out of classroom. I was almost a truant, hanging out all nights in the streets of New York City. Doing God knows what, everything under the sun. And so my high school career wasn't what everyone expected to be. I did play my freshman and sophomore year. My sophomore year, I averaged 25 points a game. I played part of my junior year, I averaged like 30.
Wow.
Part of my senior year, I averaged 33. But I only played like maybe 8, 9 games. So I've always end up being ineligible because of grades.
he said apart.
Right. So because of my grades and everything, I had to go to junior college. When it was time for me to go to school, all my friends and peers was already going to their universities or whatever, junior college. And I was in front of my building. I had no idea what was next for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know where I wanted to go. One of my coaches, by the name of Gary Charles, called me and said, listen, I got to school in California, junior college, Ventura, California, Ventura Junior College. I just spoke to the people out there. Man, he's like, the only thing I can tell you is I'm getting you a plane ticket, and you either going to pack your bags and go, or you're just going to be stuck. And I went upstairs and just got my stuff, and the very next day, I just got on the plane.
Coaches, boy.
Yeah, and I just went all the way to
Coaches.
California. I didn't even take a lot of clothes. I just took
Coaches,
like
man.
a week worth of clothes, because in my mind it was like everything that every coach I've had started to flash. Said everything coach that I've had, the things that they had to tell me about. Man, don't let your talent go to waste, and man, you're just gonna be one of these guys in the neighborhood that coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Yeah.
All that was in my head right when that coach hung that phone. I just told my mom I'm leaving, and I went all the way to California to junior college, and it was because when I thought about it, I stayed up all night, and I thought about it, I'm like, if I can get far away, I can focus in and lock in.
Yes, sir.
You gotta remember, back in those days, if I got homesick or if things weren't working out for me out there, or let's say I didn't like,
Right.
because it was gonna work out if you just put your mind to it. You know what I mean? It's college, so it should work out for you, right?
Yeah.
Because you're trying to get your degree. And basketball was nothing,
Yeah.
so it was gonna work out. But you do get homesick. So if I was to get homesick or anything, back then you couldn't just get online and find you a $200 ticket to come on back home, right? So if you just up, and my mother or somebody up and bought a ticket, that joint was like $1,500 if you got to get the next day. Yeah, it was a lot of money. You couldn't anywhere from $800 to $1,500. You couldn't just say, yeah, I'm gonna come home tomorrow. Like he said he want to fly tomorrow. Man, I can find you a ticket right now. Oh man, I just saw you got 2 layovers, but it's $140. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nah, back then it was like, you going to California that might be $1,200.
That hurts.
And you like, no one's gonna pay that. No one's paying that. So for me, it was like, if I go out there, I could just concentrate,
Get
and
away from
lock
everything.
in. And it wasn't so much about basketball, because everyone that knew Rafer Alston, Skits My Lou, they like, he got that. It's like everything else. School was no problem for me. I went to one of the best public schools out here. I went to Benjamin Cardozo High School. That's one of the top public schools in New York City. You're going to get in there with Da Vinci math, law, science program.
Oh, wow.
That's what, and that's when it goes back to be a people's person. So I grew up in predominantly black neighborhood, but I went to a school with all white, Jewish, Italian kids, Asian kids.
Oh, wow.
It was only 4% of the school was black and Puerto Rican. Only 3 to 4% of Cardozo's. That's how small. And most of us on the black was playing on the basketball team.
Yeah.
Or they was in the dance program.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was able to, if I did struggle with something in school, I could look at the Asian guy or the white kid, and we was friends. Hey, Rafer. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, and then
I
you're
just don't
ready to
get this
start
far.
too.
And they show me, and then we'll. That's how we all became friends. So when I went to college, it was nothing for me on campus. It was, listen, you know what I mean? I felt right at home, because that's what New York City is about. We have so many people who didn't walk of life. So I was able to buckle down out there. I got MVP. I was one of the top junior college players and everything. So I come home in the summer, but I was so focused that every time I came home in the summer, I used to always tell my friends, I can't wait to go back. I just want to go back to school. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought I was gonna get sucked back into that New York City inner city neighborhood lifestyle.
And it's so easy to get sucked back.
You know what I'm saying? Because all my friends, that's what they're doing.
I go through that now.
And
every time I go home.
so when I finished up at junior college and I had to sign with university, I Jerry Tarkanian was recruiting me, and I was like, that's a no-brainer, because that was one of the teams I wanted to go, coach I wanted to play for growing up. It was like Lou Conasecca at St. John's, Jim Boeheim at Syracuse, John Thompson at Georgetown, and Jerry Tarkanian at UNLV. Those are the only 4 schools coaches I always dreamed and wanted to play for, and one of them recruited me, and it was a no-brainer. It's like, I'm gonna go here.
Sure.
So I went there. I just stayed out in California, man. It worked out, and the rest is history.
So how long were you out there for?
Man, I was in California 1, 2, 3, 4 years.
Shout out
I did
to
2
West
years
Coast.
during college. I had to sit out 1 year because I had transferred from one JUCO to the other, and they had some rule.
The eligibility.
It's still, I think it's still going on
They had
too.
some rule that if you transfer in California into another California junior college, you got to sit out.
NCAA.
Yeah.
And the only reason I transferred because I wanted to be closer to the university I was about to go to. So I went from Ventura Junior College to Fresno City Junior College because I already knew I was going to go to Fresno State.
Yeah.
So
NCAA
I
still be
wanted
on
to
that,
finish
boy.
up my associate's degree right there, And then I went in Fresno State, majored in psychology.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? So I had my, when I was leaving, I got drafted. When I was leaving, I had my son and my daughter. And then she ended up going to school here and graduated from Columbia University with a psychology degree. So when my daughter's psychology, I did psychology. So
Tables term.
It was amazing.
Oh,
That's good, man.
So Fresno State was cool.
So and during those times, in the summer of my college days, and then right my first couple of years in the NBA, I was drafted in 1988 to Milwaukee Bucks. You know, that's when I would do a lot of the mixtape tours. I would join the guys on the tour.
So let's set the record straight. You never was completely on the full tour. You didn't do all the dates.
So no, I never did all the dates.
Did spot dates, right?
I never did all the dates because I was in NBA. When it got to like, so they rolled out the first tape. They rolled out Volume 1.
Yeah.
They rolled out Volume 1. They rolled out Volume 1 when I went off to college, unannounced, unbeknownst to me. Some secret handed thing. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that came about.
That's some peak 90s shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Wondering, bro.
So that's how that happened. And at the time, my mom and a lot of us, we wanted to really go back and see how did that happen. You know what I'm saying? So we consult with some people, lawyers, like, yeah, but he has every right. He has every right to sue the people because of that. Because I didn't authorize it. We didn't authorize that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he will win the lawsuit. But then now he is considered a professional athlete. So if I was to win the lawsuit, which the lawyers, everybody, even top flight people, it just said they're like, yeah, he will win that.
Yeah.
Right? But if he reaps the benefit from that, now he
Free
can't.
publicity.
He can't go to college.
What?
Yeah, because
NCAA.
I'll be paid for that. So I left it alone.
Oh shit.
Like, go ahead.
That's
right?
a
because
crazy
it was
spot to be in,
because
yo.
me personally,
Nobody
I already
knew
knew the big picture. Right?
Mm.
My dream is to play college basketball, Division I. My dream is to go to the NBA. You don't want to defer that over something
Bigger.
that. Okay, well, whatever money I made, I was gonna make for that. If I was to sue the people for that, it's not life changing.
It's not worth the dream, man.
It's not life changing. So, let it go.
Move on.
Right? Plus, me and the people, AND1, the people, we had a great relationship. So it wasn't really their doing. It was outside people. Because how could they get the footage if outside people ain't give them or whatever they conjured up? So I kept my relationship with the people. So when
That's smart, though.
So
Very.
I did all my college. Then they rolled out Volume 2, Volume 3, whatever. Then they had the tour dates. So the buzz now is, yeah, we like all the guys. Shout out to all my friends that did all the AND1, all the guys. But guess who they want to see?
Skip to my loop.
Where's he at? So now you see it comes back. It came back full circle. It's like, aha, now you gotta come get me.
You made the best business decision.
You see what I'm saying? Now you have to because now is work because now I'm in the NBA. So now back then, now you had the deal. You had to come correct.
Yeah. That makes sense, man.
But I was always a working person, so it was nothing like it was so beautiful. All the guys were beautiful, man. Even today.
Yeah.
Even today, working with everybody AND1, it's enjoyable. It's fun. To me, I just think that's what, when you work with people, you make the work environment good, right? You make it that you want to get up the next day and come here and work with them, and that's how it was then. That's how it is with everyone now, Despite your little blow up a minute ago.
Dave just mad passionate though.
Despite your little blow, but everybody's
passionate though.
Man. So we did the tour, man, and the tour was going, and man, it was some fun times, man. No one had any idea what was about to transpire.
That's what
with
everybody
this
says.
tour. And
Revolutionary.
it took on such a life of its own, and we were treated like rock stars. You name a city or state, small or big, them people came out to that park.
Even in
Birmingham, Alabama.
Even in the footage, man, it's crazy.
Mobile, Alabama.
Yeah.
Arkansas, everybody came out to watch the AND1.
Change the
watch
game.
us perform. It was a beautiful thing, man.
That's dope. That's good to clear that up though, cause I hear so many different stories, and I'll be like, whoa. What's
Everybody has their version.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa.
Right? You might get a version from a guy that was on the tour, but that might be his.
I heard some real crazy stories about
whether
how the
he's
tapes came
had
out.
some people look to me. We all enjoyed ourselves. So that's what I thought. At least I thought and felt that. You know, because it was fun.
Yeah.
Some of these guys wouldn't even made it to some of these city states if it wasn't for AND1.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have went to LA. What are they going to LA for?
It ain't to chill.
They don't have no gig, no job, no that stuff. If it wasn't for AND1 taking us to LA, Georgia, you name it. You ever understand about basketball and when like people out here in the world, they have a desire. You ever hear your wife or somebody, they got a desire. I want to go to Greece. They got a desire, right? I want to go to London. You want to go? Come on, baby.
How you
Bro,
gonna pay for
them
that?
trips expensive too,
It's not
man.
that. I can ask y'all two right now. Have you been to all the states in the United States?
Not all.
You been to Montana? That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No reason.
Everybody got these desires
No
to want to
reason
go.
to go.
Everybody got a desire. I want to go. Oh, I want to take a cruise. I want to go to the Caribbean. You haven't even been to Idaho.
That's so true though.
We ain't never had
But
no
everybody that was on this right here can say they have.
Bro,
If it
passports
wasn't for
full.
AND1. That's what I'm saying.
That's different, man. Honestly, man, I think that's something that even the fans probably didn't even really recognize, man. Like how much AND1 changed, you know, people's lives that were all part of the tour. You know, working behind the scenes or that were playing in these games, man. It really changed a lot, and you know that's why I think the impact still holds up. And it created such a lane, especially now with social media, recording games and creating, you know, little mixtapes and Instagram feeds and stuff like that. It started with this.
Facts. I really think we're thinking about bringing that tour back in 2020, dog. What you think about that?
It should be great. I don't think that's listen. That's gonna be phenomenal. I think it's the right time.
Yeah.
Right? You got guys in the NBA playing with like AND1 style basketball now, right? Like, look at Damon Lillard's and Steph Curry's and all that. Some of the stuff they do is some of the stuff that,
Kyrie
you know,
has the
but besides the
crazy
shooting and the scoring,
Yeah.
you know, there was some phenomenal guys. You bring the tour back now, it looks like it goes together. You know,
Yeah.
you know, we get to roll the tour out in 2020. We get to find some new talent. You know, I love to see a whole new generation do some of the stuff that these guys was doing back then.
Yeah.
And myself, you know, all those guys. You know, I would love to see that again. If we find some new talent, man, it's gonna be wonderful, man. All the cities that we're gonna go to, you know, so we're gonna come back 2020, roll out the tour, come to a lot of cities, lot of cities. Man, it's gonna be phenomenal. Just just hope all the guys turn out and bring their game, and that way we can pick, you know, find some new nicknames.
No, but I also feel like it's the perfect time though, man.
Yeah.
Again, like with just social media being where it's at,
Yeah.
you know, so much more advanced than it was when this came out in the 90s, man. It's just
It'd be amazing to see the nicknames nowadays.
Yeah.
That's
See
the
what
fun
people
part.
So
get.
now, like a lot of these guys, they're probably gonna have rap nicknames on the court.
Little
Like
Hooper.
little Z the baby, little Uzi J with the spin move.
G this, G that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like it's cool.
I think the hardest thing though is like this is what I think about Hooper's back. Like on that tour, you, AO, y'all was real ball players, but you could still, you know what I mean, do a little dance with it. Now it's like how you find the players like that.
They'll bring it
really
out. They'll bring it out. You
know how to do that, you know
you're
what I
gonna
mean?
find them. That's one thing about basketball. They'll reveal themselves.
Yeah.
That's something about this game, man. It's at all the sports. It's the truest form. You know, if you can't go left, it's gonna show. Right? If you can't shoot a jump shot, it's gonna show.
If you can't finish,
If you can't drill, right? You can't play. So it's not like other sports. You know what I'm saying? You can find somewhere else to put you, right?
Bro, it's
if you're
NBA
a
players
cornerback
exposed.
and you can't cover, we might make him a safety or let's put him at wide receiver.
it's very easy to hide
You
your
know what I'm
flaws.
saying?
in
You can
other
hide
sports.
people, but you can't hide no basketball court. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
what-
when we go roll out this tour, we roll out these dates, we'll be able to find them. They're gonna find. It's put like this. It's just like what we did back then. They're gonna find us.
Yeah.
A lot of them guys, trust me, when they knew that tour was coming, they found us.
Val, make the post, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna find us.
coming back.
Don't worry about it.
Come back.
Coming
So it's
back.
coming
Make
back.
And
It's
I
coming
think,
back.
you know, and I think all the other
Remember, I
guys.
told you that. Val told you.
I
It's
thought all the
coming.
other guys that listen, they can only help but like it, man.
Straight up.
You know what I mean? If they have
AND1 ain't for everybody.
like love for the game and what we did, you would want to see I want to see the next skits in my life. I want to see another guy like Ayo, and so I can be like, wow, yo, you look just like Ayo.
Everybody
you look just like
appreciates
Fest.
it. Everybody
you know what I'm saying?
appreciates
That's gonna be so intriguing. We can find another kid like Fest. Like, man, you look like yo. I remember we had Fest. You're like the professor all over again. Your name won't be the professor. Your name might be the student.
Yeah, shout out
you
to
know what I'm
Fest,
saying? You know.
Nah, I hear you on that, man. One thing I'm looking forward to, bro, is just finding some new artists too. Back in the day, bro, AND1, bro, mad artists. It was
Record
mad
labels.
artists at every tour stop.
Raucous Records, Def Jam,
You had stuff from Sadat X,
Yeah,
Jizza,
a lot of rappers,
Common,
man.
MOP.
MOP,
Classics.
Jada Kiss,
Real
fucking Snoop.
classics.
Because it's synonymous with, like I said, it was what's going on in the neighborhood, in the streets, right? The shirts. You ever remember, like, we talked about that the other day. I was talking to some friends the other day. Because we still talk basketball. A lot of us grow, we play ball together. So they still go to the gym and play a little pick. And they talking trash. And one dude's like, you sound like the old AND1 shirt. I said, yeah, you got the slogans in the shirt on the shirts. You know what I'm saying? So it's what's going on with it's the way basketball was.
Facts, man. Like, yo,
You know,
our
talk
photography,
trash,
bro.
playgrounds, street ball,
Facts.
play. You know what I mean? Talk, say what you gotta say. You can't guard me. You know what I mean? All that stuff. You know what I mean?
Classic trash talk.
That was fun for basketball.
And the thing is, it's
You
funny.
get a technical foul now.
It's funny how like trash talk can be so marketed now, yo. It's like, damn, like talking shit can make money. And you slap it on the shirt.
It's
like,
a rap now. Like you talk shit
yeah,
and like yo,
you can
that,
talk shit and make money off of it.
Yeah, I mean,
like your mama, whatever the hell.
like it started with
Put on your-
the '70s with Dolomite, with the black exploitation films. Even the pimps talking shit. Yo, go out there, and, you know.
But it's what sell controversy.
Yeah,
Controversy
sells.
sells.
That's
It'll always sell.
if it was just plain Jane, nobody wanted. Nah, you know what I mean?
They call it corny.
You know, right now you might settle for a plain bag of chips.
Yeah.
But you really want some nachos, some Doritos. I mean, you want some flavor. You know what I'm saying? But if worst case scenario, if I got a plain bag of chips out, you'll settle for it. That's all I got right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You want these plain Lays? But it's up to you. You know what I'm saying? You'll do what Ant do. You'll just go outside in 20-degree weather with no coat to the store.
You know what I'm
Get
saying?
You know what I'm saying? Get you.
Somebody got to put
You know what I'm saying?
right
You
now.
know what I'm saying?
This man is insane, yo.
You know what I'm saying? You go to the store, go to the bodega with no jacket on and
Yo.
the snowstorm.
It's like 18 degrees.
Yo,
My man
we
came
were
in
in
like
Fort
that.
Rockaway and he came. It was 20 degrees, but no
Shouts out-
coat, no
No
Shouts out-
jacket.
Shouts out to Ant, yo.
Yeah,
Give a
shout out to Ant, Brooklyn.
Yeah,
Brooklyn, man.
Yeah,
Cold,
BK.
best time to go.
Cold, yo. I'm cold, yo. No
Lotion
shirt,
Avenue, yo.
no shirt, no hoodie, 20-degree weather.
Oh my
Yeah.
What's up,
gosh,
son?
Yo. Cold is a frame of mind.
Cold
That's
is
what he
mental,
said,
bro.
cold is a frame of mind.
It's definitely a frame of mind.
I'm
you know?
going to train. I'm taking the train to Staten Island.
Bro, we
No
done-
shirt. What's up? You ain't tough.
Yo, man, he would look you in the eye and tell you it's not cold, man. It's 20 degrees.
Yo,
You
it don't
shivering,
be
man.
cold. It
Yo,
really
this
don't
guy's
be cold.
insane, yo.
Yo, what would Ant name be on the N1 tour? If it, no
Ice.
shirt? Ice. Ice.
Ice. Ice.
Ooh, so icy.
Ice.
We ain't talking about jury with the ball.
We call him Ice.
Frigid.
We're going to have to get Duke Tango to give you a name, bro.
Yo,
Nah,
he said
it really don't be cold out. Well, I don't feel cold. 'Cause
Yo,
like,
Ant would play. If Ant played, he played like he wouldn't even have his uniform top on.
nah, real shit.
People go out there in the combat boots. For real.
Yo, he wouldn't have had a uniform top. Like, yo, what's your jersey number, my man? Like,
Nah, cause yo, like on the playground, used to, like take off my jacket. I just used to play in white
Ah,
beater and
no,
gloves.
That's a good point. You didn't get to, you playing it like.
wait, hold
like
on.
right
You didn't
now.
hear that, dude, man. You played in white beating gloves.
Yeah,
But there's gloves on basketball.
like
I'm
I just
done,
used
I'm
to do
done.
that. Yo, white beater, little shorts, sneakers. That's
What was the
it.
gloves for, though?
We
How you
tried. We
shoot?
tried hooping in gloves, but that never worked.
And a real center.
the
He
ball
going to bring
slip out
back the
your
center
hand.
position. Just
Yeah, I wasn't.
Yo,
you
but
gotta see me
Ant
shoot the rock.
made a
I'm
good
blocking
point
shit.
though.
I'm elbowing motherfuckers in their mouth and shit. You know?
Yo, cause you ever play in the cold and it get too damn like hot, you gotta take the jacket
Yeah,
off.
yo, that
you
that
like
jacket.
steaming and shit?
You get sick. You get sick though,
Yeah, nah, but for me, I never got sick.
bro. You're crazy.
I've never like the last time I've been sick was
in
8
Philly.
years old and I had chicken pox.
Last night, sick Dexter's in
Hey,
Philly.
you don't get sick, but I heard the sniffle before.
Not like I don't like the last time I've been like
never
down
seen
and out.
Anthony
8
sick
years
in my
old when I
life.
had chicken pox, and then
Oh
after
my
that,
goodness.
clean bill of health.
Yo, what's the superhero that was in Harlem?
Luke Cage.
That's Luke Cage.
Luke Cage. Luke Cage.
the modern day Slu Cage, man. The AND1 TOUR. That's his nickname, yo.
Shit, yo, materials.
That's gonna be his nickname on the AND1 TOUR, bro.
Yo, I haven't
Luke
done,
Cage with the ball.
like even when I was in the Middle East, never got sick, and we was in like below 10 weather in the mountains and shit, never got sick.
That's crazy, man.
Bro, we be in the airport, people see him, they're like,
If I could not feel the cold, bro, that's a superpower to not feel the cold.
Yeah, I mean, but I grew up with that as a kid.
Yeah.
Like literally in the winter, like I'll go outside,
may have to ask you
pack
guys
my
in the
jacket in the
comments.
bag, and I'll just walk home in regular t-shirt, whatever.
Goodness.
that's funny.
Crazy, man.
But yo, so let's get back into the NBA, bro. Like, who was your favorite teammate that you played with, man? Like, somebody who, like, you know what I mean?
I had a lot of
Really
wonderful teammates,
vibe
man.
with.
I mean, cool teammates, man. Ray Allen, Sam Cassell.
Played in a great time in the league, man.
Most places I had good teammates, man. You know, my first 3 years in NBA, all those guys was cool, man. Everybody on that button, I mean, I had veterans that helped me out to understand the NBA. You know, Scott Williams, Danny Manning, J.R. Reed, Vinny Del Negro, Hayward Workman. You know, all these guys helped me. You know, then we had young guys, man, I was real close with because we were around the same age. You know, Tim Thomas, Gomez Dead, Tractor Trailer. You know, one of my close friends, like one of the best star players is one of my good friends to this day. You know, Trace McGrady.
Legend.
You know, Trace McGrady. I mean, and I'm talking about superstar players that
that's
are
a
down to earth,
superstar.
humble.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Good guy. Because not all superstar players is cool. Good guys, humble. You know, so I could honestly say McGrady is one of them. One of my favorite times is playing with Lamar Odom, and when we was playing in Miami, man, play with some guy that you grew up right in the same neighborhood, down the block from you. You know what I mean? Kind of came up. Our basketball travels kind of the same. You know, we all over the place and do all the you know things that we putting ourselves through. You know, that's a wonderful thing, not just for him and I, but for everybody in South Jamaica Queens to see two guys that they watched grow up and make it to the NBA together and play in the same team. You know, that was cool, man. Like I said, I have a lot of good teammates in a lot of places I go, but those to name a few that like I really could say, man, those were some of my good teammates right there.
Word. Favorite team you played with?
Had different times with that. That Miami Heat team, Dwayne Wade's rookie year, we were picked to finish as the worst team in the league. We ended up making it to the Eastern Conference semifinals.
He was a beast that year.
My team, when I played one of the years I played in Houston, all my years in Houston were great. I had great coaches and I had great teammates, but the one year we won 22 in a row. That team was special.
That's why you still
And,
live
and
there,
then good weather, no state tax.
Straight up.
Delaware don't have no state tax.
Florida, shout out.
Dex the only fool. We're not going back. You know, shout out to Dexter Gordon because he
That's a Brooklyn guy now, though.
yeah, from Texas.
Yeah,
You know,
Shot money Dex.
he's getting killed with the state tax. He can't wait to go back to Texas. State tax. You know,
Shot money Dex.
he getting killed. Yeah, he getting killed out there. Yeah. And then the team I went to the finals, Orlando Magic.
So let's talk about
Orlando
this,
Magic.
bro.
I mean, to make it to the championship, it takes special guys to be around each other. You know, special players. And that team was wonderful. That city was wonderful, man. And you know, I can't wait to get back. I haven't been back there in a long time.
I lived in Orlando for 7 years. Church Street, all that, bro.
Yeah, Church Street was rocking.
It was crazy.
Y'all don't know about that, man. Church
I
Street
don't
was
know
rocking,
shit about
baby.
that, but I'm trying to go to Florida
Church
this
Street
year.
was
So
rocking.
hopefully
So
we
y'all
go.
think Orlando?
Yeah.
Y'all think Orlando? Y'all just thinking Mickey Mouse? Nah, it's not.
Orlando has some good
Yeah,
times,
it's beautiful.
bro.
Orlando's quiet, all right.
I feel you on that, man. So, like, that Eastern Conference Finals, man, like, you was playing, man, and, like, they took you out for
Finals?
the Eastern Conference Finals.
No, the finals.
The finals, yeah.
They made it all the way.
Tripping, my
The
bad.
finals.
They made
Now,
it all
you
the
know
way,
what?
man.
It's a tough spot for coach. They didn't really take me out. I started every game. It's just my minutes changed, you know, in the finals, you know, than they were the whole playoffs.
Yeah.
The whole playoffs.
Rotations, all that.
That's so
Yeah,
weird,
it was
though.
just different, man. But at the end of the day, we all understood, you know, Jameer, he was an all-star that year until he got hurt his shoulder, man. And we had, you know, his teammates, man, we had no problem him coming back. Me personally, like if I had to say it and do it again, I would have much rather him go back to his starting role, so that
You could come with that second
yeah,
unit.
so that he goes right back to what he's comfortable with. Even though I've been a starter the last 7-8 years of my career, but for that team, he was a starter before he hurt that team. Yeah. So if I had to do all again, I'm pretty sure if Coach had to do all again, you know what I mean? Because my coach, Stanford, he's a wonderful guy, wonderful coach. Like, you know, I have nothing but great things to say about Stan. But I figure, you know, if we all had to do it over again, and I'm pretty sure Stan would probably do it too. Like, we might as well just let him go back to his starting role, and I'll come off the bench, and you know what I'm saying. That way, he get a little more comfortable.
Yeah.
Jameer. Yeah. Because I was gonna be comfortable regardless. Yeah. I was ready in rhythm, but I think him going to start line could make him a little more comfortable. Because sometimes it plays a little on your mind. You know what I'm saying? Because now you got to come off the bench, and the tone's already been set. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know, it was difficult though. It was difficult. It was difficult for Coach. It was difficult for me. It was difficult for Jameer. Difficult for the rest of the guys. You know, because they just got accustomed to playing with me.
Right, and your style and how you do things.
You know what I'm saying? So, but it was all right, man. It's nothing we could do. They were the better team.
It's smart though, like seeing guys now like growing to accept kind of just coming off as like the start for that second unit and kind of just closing out games and just, you know, setting the tone for the second half. Yeah. You know, it used to just be I need to start, but now you're seeing guys really take on, you know, I'm gonna.
But you know what's so crazy? The NBA is different. Yeah. Right. People need to start because of contract purposes. Like, I gotta get out there so I put some numbers up. Yeah. Not just incentives. Like, let's say this is the last of my deal. I gotta be out there to put some numbers up. But if I already got a 7-8 year deal already, I don't need to start now, my man. I'm already locked in here. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to start. It's like, you know, it's a business where you got to be selfish by default, right? Because you get paid on production. Yeah. So at the end of the day, you know, you like if we on a team and you decide you in a contract year, you decide I got to put this ball up. I got to take me like 15 shots. And let's say I'm in the second year of a 6-year deal. You know, even though I know you got your role and we trying to win a championship, I can't really blame you. Right. Because you could be out the league next year because your numbers, cause when you go to the drawing board and it's time for you to sign a deal, they're going to look at their numbers. Yeah. Like, hey, man, you're a great guy around here, too. We love you, but.
Being a great guy don't cut that.
And you put up 5.2 points per game and you're shooting 30, you know, we might give you a non-guaranteed contract. And then you're going to go back like, damn, I should have shot the ball more. You know what I mean? So we don't default. I mean, we don't fault a player for even though we know we're trying to win. We know you have your role. So it's a business where, you know, some things is by default and it's not by design.
Do players talk about that? Like,
not really. You see, some things we know. We don't have to talk about it. It's understood. We all been in that situation. You know, everybody's gonna come up with free agency at some time. Yeah,
it must be a tough situation to be in.
You know what I'm saying? So it's you know, nowadays they so young. I don't know what they going through now. See, when we was coming in, we had veterans. So if you come in this league at 21, 20, your veteran is 32. Yeah, you're a veteran back then when I was coming in. Your veteran was a vet.
That's big, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I was a rookie player. I had no say. So my first 2 years, I ain't had no say because these dudes been here. They know what's up. Yeah. They've been doing it. Some of these guys won championships on some teams. They know what they're doing. So it was a no-brainer to let them speak and you listen and you do what they say to do. Now, your vet is 21 years old. He the superstar of the team. So it's like, wow, we the same age and you can't buy a drink either. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you can't leave your hotel room. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, yeah. But that's the vet. That's the big homie. You
They're coming in younger, so
the 31-year-old veteran got to listen to the 19-year-old kid right now.
That's crazy. And going back to what we're talking about how the NBA is soft now, like he said, it was a different time back then, bro. Like your vet was really like you paid attention to that. You know, now kids just like a lot of star players.
When I say your vet, like I'm talking about the money was different then. Right? A second round pick back then it was getting like $275,000, $300,000. So they like, yo, so let's say you my vet. They're like, I'm gonna save your money, man. You can drive one of my cars. Don't buy no car. That's what I'm talking about. How this day was going. That's the veterans. Like, yo, here, what size you wear? You wear my same size? I got a bunch of suits. Don't spend $15,000 on these suits here, man. There's about 7-8 suits. You ain't gonna really need them all in your head. Rock that. You know what I'm saying? We save money. Now they don't have to do that though.
Contracts.
These dudes coming in making $5. Getting a shoe deal. Getting a shoe deal for $15 million.
guaranteed, bro.
They ain't one. They not hurting.
Getting that good, like sign money, like before you even touch.
Whether they
the
sign a whole other
contract.
contract after their rookie deal, they set for life off the rookie joint. Some of these players,
That's crazy, bro.
they getting like what Zion sell? What he signed with,
95.
off the floor?
He got a $90 million contract.
All right.
With,
So-
90 mil?
with Jordan.
Nah,
Brand.
with
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like
So if he
90,
got
95.
90, so
They gave him 90.
all
Jordan
right, so,
Brand gave him 90.
so he got 90.
Plus whatever he making on
He,
his
all right,
rookie.
and then he get his kind of whether he live up to it or get another contract, he's good.
if he properly, you know what I mean, takes
I'm just
the right
saying.
steps. Nah, I feel you on that.
He's good.
Because today
Zion's
things is
good.
even more
He's
expensive.
good.
And a
Zion's
lot of
good.
kids want to be very splurgy.
It's good. It's teachers on. Say something about the basketball world of life. You know what I'm saying? What if you grew up in Brooklyn and your whole life you struggled, your mother and them struggled, you never had. All of a sudden, 10 years later, and let's say that's when you're 10 years old. 7 years later, you done got you 20 or 30 million. What do we think you about to do? You're not about to stay in that
Nah,
rat infested
You
place.
getting out. You
getting
taking
out,
you
you
taking
taking your
mom.
peace.
You
Piss
trying
in
to
the elevators, man.
You know, piss in the elevator.
Roaches out
You
of the fucking
desire
place,
the
man.
finer things in life, and you want that for your family because we never had that.
Yeah.
We've been around here
Too long.
You ain't got no change in your job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like times like that for people.
Yeah.
Yo, go get that change out your job, man. We trying to get some 4 wings and fried rice.
Yes.
You get 2 wings, I get some
That
rice.
shit.
Get the
Like,
bag. Get
that's
the
what
bag
I'm
of wings
saying.
and shit.
$10, man. Like, yo,
Yo,
I
you ain't
got
got-
2, you got 2.
You
You
ain't
got
got
two,
a
let's
dollar,
go.
I got a
Shit,
dollar.
man.
Let's go get a hero.
Yeah.
And we split cut of that. Mm-hmm. You go from that, 7 years later, 8 years later.
You buy all the heroes you want.
You ain't
Sign
got
with
to
Jordan
eat. You ain't got to eat
Brand.
pork and
Fucking
beans no
biscuits for
more.
the
Or butter
project.
You
sandwiches, all that.
sign with somebody that, and all of a sudden you got 25, 30 million dollars. You mean to tell me and you gonna sit here and look and gonna act like we're gonna get a hero?
Nah,
Or
we
we
go.
taking our
go
behind
get
to
that
the middle of
$100
Manhattan?
steak.
Oh, we,
You know
that's
what I'm
what I'm telling you.
Champagne me.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Champagne
Now,
me
I'm not
now.
saying we gotta do it every day.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is this. We will not be getting the Chinese food from
Nah.
around the corner on Fulton in Kingston. You see what I'm saying?
That's not happening.
We will not be doing that. We'll go get Philippe Chow's.
We
Yeah.
ain't getting no fries from
You know
God
what I'm saying?
We
We're
ain't getting no
gonna
fries from
get some
God
Chinese food. This gonna be real deal holy for Chinese food. Let's go get us Philippe. So what's the other one? Mr. Chow, whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
Mr. Chow.
we're gonna get that.
Yeah, we're not getting fucking.
And when we come out of there, that's gonna be a $300 ticket.
Yeah, we're not getting the shit with the
That's
the
all I'm
white
saying.
tray and shit.
So when you say it, I understand what you're saying, but at the end of the day, no, you can't blame no one, man.
Oh, no,
You know what I'm
not at
saying?
all.
We're not taking the dollar van. When we get off the train, take the dollar van to the, I'm picking you up in the bench. Life has changed, as it should. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no more dollar vans going up and down
Right now,
Jamaica Avenue.
we go buy a lottery ticket right now. I hit that 160. I'm not getting the Uber. I'm trying to buy Uber. Like, yo, y'all, we should buy Uber.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yo, let's buy them
That's
out.
so funny though, yo.
I'm not taking it.
When you get money, everything changes.
Everything fucking.
Everything changes. He's like, damn, we ain't chilling on Guy Brew no more, man.
Ant ain't gonna take
We
the
ain't-
train no more. He ain't
Nah,
like,
hell
I don't care no more.
Ant
Nah,
gonna
I'll take the
your
train.
head
I'll
to
sit-
the
No,
hey,
no,
look,
I'll take the
sit in
train.
traffic. I'll sit in traffic in this Maybach.
Nah, I'll still take the train. I'll still take the train.
Crazy.
Yeah, I'll take the train because
He might walk.
Because as soon as you start getting fly, motherfuckers gonna start like, yo, can
You
I borrow
walking
something?
lick.
Let me get
That's
something.
what happened regardless, because they already
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
You ain't gotta get fly. They already know.
yeah. But I'm still take the train though, because things get crazy in New York.
Not Dave though. He'll,
Nah, he
he'll
was
sit,
expensive
He'll sit in
over
traffic, 2-hour traffic in the
Nah,
Maybach.
yeah.
I ain't never seen it.
Nah, like the other
It's
day,
fine, though.
when the other day you was talking about you need a driver. Nah, you Mr. Expensive.
I'm getting the driver.
See what I'm talking
pick
about?
up.
What else we got?
Moving by the millions.
Yeah, moving by the. Oh man.
Moving by the millions, bro. For real.
See this motherfucker over here, man.
For real.
Man gonna be in the dealership with the Benz talking about we moving by the billions.
Sam is
man.
back there
Never.
dying, yo.
Investing.
That's hilarious. So I mean, speaking about money, man, like you came in the league, started making all that money. How was that for you? Like how was that change? You know,
It really changed me. It was different for me. You know, I already knew, had things in perspective. You know, you just wanted to do something nice for your mom, your family.
of course.
You know what I'm saying? Then when you start having kids, things change too. You know, I was never a big buy a bunch of jewelry, buy all these cars. That's never was me, man. I'm the same way now in life with people, man. That's one thing I can say. I've been me from the time I came out the womb, and you gonna know what to expect from Ray, Skip.
That's so
You gonna
true.
know it's from me. You know what I'm saying? I've been the
Very
same
few
way, man.
people
I'm
like
not saying
that.
I've had my times where I went out, bought bottles, went out, but everyone would do it once in a while and do it sometime, man. But most of all, man, I've never been. I tried to do my best for my mom, my family, and kids, and that was it.
That's what it's all about, man.
That was it, man. There was nothing more, none less, man.
Yo.
Because I remember, and then as I was, my biggest contract was $30 million, $27 million with incentives.
That's a lot of fucking money.
So, but it's
That's a lot
different.
of
Man,
money.
money.
But see, like I had talks with
That's
people.
a lot of money.
It seemed like a lot of money, but when the dust clears, it's not a lot.
You gotta
of money.
pay your agent. You gotta.
It's
pay
more
the
money than
insurance.
what we're accustomed to being around and seeing. That's all it is. Because after the dust clear, half is already
15%,
allocated and gone.
15 million
Taxes,
gone.
your
I gotta
agent
pay
fees,
bills.
this, that, and the bills.
Taxes.
You know what I'm saying?
everything,
You got
bro.
child
That's so
support.
crazy.
This stuff is gone already. So what you gonna do with the little bit you have? You can't really just throw it in the wind. You know what
Gotta
I'm saying?
invest it somehow,
You know what I
man.
mean? And I mean, even if you didn't, I'm just saying, you gotta just be mindful of your money.
Yeah.
Financial
You
education.
just gotta be
is something
mindful of
really
your money.
big.
That's all. So me, it's like, yo, I'm gonna be cool, man. You
That's
know?
good, though.
And then after a while, you realize it's really not that serious, man. Like I don't need Gucci this, Louis this.
Yeah, the
You
shiny.
see what I'm saying? That's the part that people don't understand. You can't let your wants supersede your
Your
needs.
needs.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
The shiny suit era
You know what
gotta
I mean?
die out. You can't.
I'm
Bad
not
boy
going
shit.
that.
You
Because
can't
at
be
the
looking
end
like
of the day,
Mace
Bad
in
boy.
See,
Vegas.
let me tell you what helps guys like myself. Is when you grow up in a city like New York City, you get a chance, you're exposed to everything so fast. So you already know what's going on.
Yeah, you see all the
You already
designer.
know. We already knew that it would come the time we was never going down Fifth Avenue to buy it.
Because that's where.
Because that was designed for people who got a whole
Fifth
bunch of
Avenue
money.
money.
All that shit's exposed to us early.
This was
You see it.
even guys that's making like you right now. If somebody gave you a $5 million, like yo, you made $5 million this year, that still might not be designed for you, because after taxes, you only sitting with 2.7.
2.7.
You gotta pay all that
All
back.
right, and your bills.
Gotta get
Now
back
you
Uncle
try to tell
Sam.
me after the tax and all your bills, you sitting there with 1 point some, you gonna go down Fifth Avenue and buy Louis,
Hell,
Gucci,
no.
all these crazy damn brands out.
Nah, we
By the
gonna-
time you buy all that, and then you're gonna buy you some chains,
Got about $500,000 left.
pinky ring.
You got about 500,000
You
left.
ain't-
We're
you
gonna
ain't got
write the
nothing
canal
now.
straight.
You
We're gonna write
back.
the canal.
Investment.
Jamaica Avenue.
Back of the
We
truck.
Jamaica
Back
Avenue.
at where you started before you got the family.
We go back to the Chinese spot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're going
I'm
back.
going Canal Street, Jamaica Avenue.
Yep, that's it.
That's it.
We're going right to the
shots
back
to
of
you.
the truck and we getting
Now,
everything.
I'm not saying now. Don't get it twisted. Like I'll still go buy some Lacoste.
Call the booster.
You know what I'm saying? I'll buy something that may look cool. It won't be Louis.
Nah.
What's the jeans he did that wear paying all the
Trues?
No,
Nah, True's died a long time ago though.
What's the
I mean,
jeans?
True's was hot for a minute
What's
though.
the name of jeans? Mayweather on promoting
Oh,
You know them shits.
Balenciagas and
Yeah.
all this.
yeah.
Hideous.
Them shits is ugly,
No,
bro.
I'm not going to no store and you guys getting $2,700 for some George Jetson space boots.
No. Or the Hermes belts and
Hermes,
shit.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the Hermes belts. Those kind of came and gone though, but them shits
Nah,
was
people
expensive.
still wear the Hermes belts.
just
Like,
saying, man.
Yeah, for sure.
When you, like I said, what help somebody like myself, man, and you've been around, you know what I'm saying, you got to understand what that really is, man. And that's all it is. You don't really need all that stuff. I'm not saying don't go get it once in a while. We all desire
Nice things.
stuff, man.
Yeah.
You know, but you got to be careful with that stuff, you know, and be careful with that money, man. That's
Yeah.
Like I said, look, I wish in the world everyone could get the NBA contract, right? I want everybody because Biggie said it right, man. More money, more problems, man.
Straight
So like
up.
right now,
more money, more problems.
there's some relatives you haven't heard from in like 8-9 years.
They hit you up. Yo, I need a little.
Check on you.
So I
Make
tell
sure
you,
you
they hit you.
cool.
Soon as I signed my big contract, my
Y'all-
mother's like,
cousins
your auntie
everywhere.
wanted to know if you could help her.
Absolutely not.
I haven't heard from my auntie since I was 11.
They call up like, yo, what's up, nephew? I ain't
I
hear
don't
from
got
you in
it.
a minute. I don't have it. I'm poor. I'm
You
broke.
see what I'm saying? So
Don't believe the internet.
This money thing
I don't got
is crazy,
shit.
man. It's,
Nah,
it's not.
nah.
Go to the hood.
Yeah.
Yo, let me hold something.
Yeah.
And then they get mad at you if you say no.
You be like, remember when I took you to the store and I got you them sneakers?
But that's
I had dudes like that though.
Hold on, you the whole time.
Yo, it's funny you
Yeah.
said it. I had dudes in my neighborhood like that.
Yeah.
Like when I was young, I was playing ball till 11. They know I'm nice.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm gonna buy Ray. Yo, Ray, I'm gonna buy the Jordans or something. You go, all right. When you're 11, you're like, all right.
All right,
That's
cool.
an expense.
That's
You
an
get
expense.
older.
They counting
Yo,
that
you
shit.
get older, and all of a
They
sudden
gonna
you
make
come
it.
back around. Yo, man, I can't believe you ain't coming through like that. You remember I bought you the shoes.
That's
You
crazy.
like-
You want
bro.
your $90?
You be like, yo, you
And
want
then
that?
I'm gonna say, dude, I'm a real dude.
Yeah.
Yo, you want your $90 back? Cause the Joe was $90 then. It wasn't $350,
That's a dope way to
$400
handle
like they
that
got now.
shit.
It was
Right.
$90 then. Them same shoes they keep bringing back. Yo, my man, you want your 90 back? Cause I didn't know that 90 was for me to give you 200,000 right now.
Yeah.
Cause I don't know what you want me to give you.
Yeah.
I also thought you was doing it because you ain't want me to stay in this damn hood. You want me to make it out. I thought you had to care for me. I didn't know you was looking for something down
That's
the line.
fucked up. But it is what it is.
Ulterior
bro.
motives, bro.
But the one thing I can say about Skip, no matter
You know what you
what Skip
getting.
was doing, when he was in the finals, he was in the, every time Skip touched down in New York, he's in the hood. He go back to his hood. And that's why dudes love him.
Bro, every city he touched down, he
never
go to the
forget-
hood.
I
Every city.
never forget where I come from. I know what it's like.
That's why dudes love him.
I know what it's like, man. And you know, recently a tragic death happened in my neighborhood. The little young kid got shot, 14-year-old, just shooting hoops. The very next park over, just 1 block, 2 blocks up the street. You could look at from his park and look at that park from that's the park I was in, doing the same thing this little kid was doing.
Man, he lost his life. Like,
He was just shooting some hoops by himself at night, getting his shots. And guess what high school he's about to go to? Cardozo.
That's crazy. Bro.
And it was so sad because I could only imagine what someone was telling him. For him to be 14, shooting in that very same park, going to that very same school. I don't have to know what was said to the young kid. I know what they were telling him. You know, the big homie grew up right there. Skip to my little Rafer Alston right there. Yo, you could be him. Right? Why would he be shooting that park? Why would he go to Cardozo? And play for the same coach?
Shout out to the Clario.
Yeah.
Shout out to my man Ron the Clario.
And go play for the same coach. So I can only imagine what was being told to the young fella.
That's crazy, man. He was out there trying to make something happen for himself.
He was out there trying to make something out here. He was also out there trying to be the next Skip to my Lou.
That's crazy, man.
Because that's what they told him.
yeah, man.
Yo, Ray made it from around here. You can.
Yeah.
Ray was out there in these streets.
He just like you. That's basically what they're telling him.
Ray come outside. If he wasn't running around with his friends, he'll be on that court at 7 at night, just shooting by himself.
Yeah.
No, you so right, bro.
So I'm calling people, I'm like, I don't even have to know the kid, know his dad, know nothing. Just to read where he's at, where he lives at, where he's from, and to understand what school he's going to, I know what they was telling that man. And rightfully so. Because everything they was telling me was right. Yo, if Ray can make it through these confines, through all this, you can too, man. Lamar can make it through here, through all the stuff we had to go through, and we ain't have half as some of the outlets they had.
People forget how good Lamar Odom was in the
So
league
people
too.
understand, man. Like, you
So
know,
good, yo.
That's why I always go back to that way, man. It's like, man, if I'm hoping to see a kid.
You know what's
Like
crazy?
when I come to New York, I go to high school games. I want to go to the middle school games because I've been there. I know what you're thinking. I did it. I know what it's like.
Yeah.
You playing ball, then right when you leave that gym, anything can happen on your way home.
Oh, that's over.
And it's not necessarily someone doing something to you.
They doing something like
You
he's
can do
caught-
it to yourself
Yeah.
by the decision choice you make.
Yeah.
Instead of going straight on, nah, I'm going to roll with Val today. Yo, what we doing, Val? Shit, I was thinking about running up in the store real quick, snatch some out of
Shit,
here.
I'm already here.
You
Let's
gonna
get
go?
it.
That's what I'm saying.
Shit, I did that at one point.
That's what I'm
Bro, we
saying.
all did some dumb
And
shit.
that
Just 'cause wrong
fast,
place, wrong
that
time.
fast, life just took a turn for the worse.
Yeah.
Like
Crazy.
that, bro.
You didn't make me do it. I was hanging out with you. I asked you what you was gonna do. You
Yeah.
told me what you was about to do.
Yeah.
I'm looking
I
at my
made the
situation.
decision.
I'm like, shit, I ain't got no money either.
Yeah.
Yo, let's run up in here.
That's why.
I'm speaking from experience.
Yeah.
I've done it.
Yeah, I've done it.
I've done it.
Because, I mean, in that moment, you don't think, damn, that's it. You know what I'm saying? A quick lick,
Nah, because
quick snack,
you're
I'm
trying
out
to
of here.
survive. You're just
Yeah.
trying to survive.
You're
becomes a
learning.
mode of
See, when you grow,
survival,
you're
yeah.
learning survival tactics.
Straight up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's the cool thing about you, though. Like, I done been
And that's
with
my
you.
concern about them kids. You know what I'm saying? So I do all this basketball stuff. I just be trying to reach someone. You know what I'm saying? Because people tried it for me. A lot of people try to save my life growing
Yeah.
up. Like, yo, Ray, man, you don't need to be down here doing this. You know what I'm saying?
For a fact. And I know you mentioned you was talking about every time you come back, you go to the New York City games. Do you still feel like New York should be considered the Mecca? Because I keep seeing people say Chicago now, and that ain't no shot to Chicago.
No.
New York
Because
is the
Doc
Mecca of
Rivers and
basketball.
fucking
Can we please
Anthony Davis was asking.
Can we please be clear on that?
Yeah.
It's tough about basketball.
New York City's the Mecca of basketball.
But right now, New York City basketball, because I live in Houston, and I go all over basketball, and they say that New York City basketball's down, man. Like it's been down. It's been down for years. But I'm not. But that doesn't go to say that we're not the Mecca of basketball. It's not because there was a point that those city states was kind of they took a little downtime.
Chicago breeds some crazy.
You know what I'm saying, right?
But
it's the Mecca, I think, as far as venues where you got to come prove yourself.
Right.
Like Skip said, player-wise, we down right now.
Right.
Yeah, but you
when
got
NBA guys say, I got to come play a role, I got to come play.
Every NBA player come here every summer.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to come in summer and put in work.
Bro, like ain't nobody forget
You gonna get your name
Durant 66.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody forget that.
Kobe before that, bro. Like everybody came here.
Like Skip said, as far as players-wise, like,
Yeah.
he was in high school, you had Cardozo, you had Lincoln, you had Green, you had...
We had
all
a
Christ the King.
Yep.
You had all the Catholic school teams. That was
Yeah,
good.
we had McDonald's all the
At one point, at one point, most of the Catholic schools was tough teams.
Yeah.
Malloy, Savaria,
Oh, Christ the King.
Christ the King, St. Ravens.
Yeah.
You name it.
You know what now?
I'm missing something, but Joplin.
Philly got a lot of great Catholic schools.
Think about the PSAL back in the day.
Yeah.
PSAL was tough.
Like everybody went through the PSLs.
PSAL was tough.
Bayside.
Cardozo, Grady, Lincoln, Manhattan Center, King,
Yeah, Christ the King was insane too.
Kennedy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stevenson,
It's an autumn schools.
boys and girls.
Dude.
So start naming some Chicago stuff. Oh wait.
Now you can, but
you can't knock Chicago.
No. Let me just say this. Let me tell you something, man. Chicago basketball serious.
Yeah, it's not not a joke.
And this
That's what
been
I'm
going
saying.
on since
Not like
Isaiah
York.
Thomas was a little. No. But I'll say this right now, and I'm a New Yorker to the death of me. We ain't got nothing on Chicago right now.
Nah.
You talking about present day? Or you talking
Present,
about
we can say I can only speak from my time I've been doing in this game. Like I said, Chicago basketball has been one of the top places to play ball before I was born. I was born in 1976.
So when I consider Mecca, I consider Mecca.
Like that man said, we consider this the Mecca because of our history and our landmarks about this game. We got parks that's landmarks. We got Masquerade Garden that's a landmark. You know what I'm saying? We got history and landmarks. You know what I'm saying? But as this thing evolved, man, like I can give you an example too. You know how good the basketball's in LA?
LA
Basketball's
basketball
huge.
crazy. West Coast
Right now, if you look at
basketball.
all the players that's top players, you know most of them are from LA? Westbrook, Harden, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard.
DeRozan when he
DeRozan.
had, you know what I'm saying?
And they got
Most of the
parks,
top
they got
players,
parks, they got
I said that.
everything.
Most of your superstar top players is from LA.
Yeah.
We at one point, you know who was killing the NBA? Seattle.
Yeah.
Brandon Roy,
Yeah.
Nate Robinson, Jamal Crawford.
Damn.
I'm missing some.
Brandon Roy's
You got a
career,
lot of
man.
players. Doug Christie's. Seattle was killing.
Yeah.
I'm missing some names. Shout out to Seattle. I'm missing some names.
And on the low, where you at now? Texas.
Texas is killing.
Everybody's considering football.
Yeah.
So
Yo, but
when
down
we talk
south,
about
down south always got the bigger guys though. Like y'all just built different in the south.
Athletic, big.
Athletic wise, y'all
Everything
just different though.
they eat.
Fresh shit. Y'all growing your own stuff.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
I'm down there.
Different. I shit poison.
I'm 6'2". I took my son to the doctor. They say he's gonna be 6'4", 6'5".
That's
Probably the shit we eat in the air and all this. I don't know.
We in New York City, man. We breathing in get
Come on,
like
man.
fucking.
We built like
So you in
fucking
New York
Splinter
City?
from Ninja
Yeah.
Turtles.
We happy we made the 12.
Yes.
We happy we made the 12 years old.
Making 12 years old is a fucking accomplishment.
Kids call it the womb like, good luck making the 12.
Yeah.
Everybody got asthma. Everybody got asthma.
Yeah.
Everybody can't breathe in this motherfucker, yo.
If you compare their facilities to
Yeah.
the kids here,
Yeah.
like they got $3 million football stadiums,
Yeah.
high school,
Yeah.
$4 million weight room.
Yeah.
We sit here lifting
They
weights
got-
like
they
it's
got-
in a
they
pen,
got-
like we in a
they
bin.
got strength coaches.
I think that gives New York character, bro.
Yeah.
They basketball courts is legit size.
Yeah.
You go to boys and girls to get 3-point line or get to the corner.
Yeah.
Shit, Cardozo.
Yeah.
What Skip played there?
Like you need a
We
beat.
our court considered a huge court to most schools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was y'all, I think South Shore.
our court, no, our court, those court is
Lincoln
Lincoln court is trash.
That's kind of small, but South Shore.
But no, we got one of the best courts, like size courts.
Boys and girls is a little big too, but
Yeah.
Texas, dude, remember, they gymnasiums do look like arenas,
Yeah.
like college arenas.
College arenas, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
I'm from Indiana. We got the wigwam. That's like the world's largest.
Indiana's a basketball mecca.
Huge.
Oh, yeah.
Fundamental basketball, bro.
Larry Bird.
Fundamental basketball.
Larry Bird.
Yeah. And then I think too, the kids now, their mindsets are different. I think in New York, is they just got so many distractions, these kids. You gotta understand, in Texas, it's either I'm gonna get a scholarship or I'm gonna work in the oil plant.
Yeah,
straight up.
So them dudes, they go hard.
Right.
They go hard.
They don't mind going out there and work, do all the training by themselves in the field by themselves.
New York got.
They
the
go train on the horse fields by themselves, bro.
To be honest, too.
New York got too
To
much.
be honest, too.
You gotta remember too, the New York
much
kids,
distraction, bro.
too. They got other, like I said, that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's they say what I'm saying. When they leave high school or whatever, like that day, let's say like today, kids leaving school, right? They leave school 4:30, 3:30. You don't know what they trying to do because they might be trying to be cool. I'm gonna get the latest this because I need her. I'm trying to get the chicks. I need the chicks to love me. They worry about everything. In Texas, listen.
The Carolinas, too.
It's
got
sports.
some guards.
Look, you have to be. It's sports. Or you playing. Like,
You saying going to school, leaving school.
yeah, going to school.
Think about the morning on the summer days we gotta get on public transportation.
Man, nobody going to
They
school.
like, man,
I'm out.
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
going right to Dykeman, get me some shorties from
Texas,
Dykeman Park.
Tell them go to the Heights.
Yup.
Texas, you like getting on that school bus, you get dropped off at school, you get.
Yeah.
When I was younger, dude, if you don't get on that school bus, the bus driver calling your crib.
Yeah.
He ain't on the bus today.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Where he at?
They do that now.
Well, it's not
Yo, your son, we didn't see him. He wasn't in line to get on the bus. We didn't see him.
That's insane.
Bro, they make
It's not
it
insane,
impossible
though.
for parents
It
to
makes
even
sense, but
get
it's so
to the
crazy.
school.
Yeah, because in New York, if you don't.
In Texas, if your kid is absent like 2 or 3 straight times, something like that, you got to go to court.
That's wild, because in New York, it ain't
But
like
see, though,
that.
we're saying these things. It's
New York,
insane, it's
I
wild.
was in New York. I might have been out of school. The school ain't seen me in 2 weeks,
No, they be like, oh,
and no one called.
no one.
He said no one called.
Nobody called.
Nobody
Nobody
gave a
called.
damn.
They be like, oh, you just showed up? All right, yo, take this 65 and go on.
Yeah.
Think about it too in New York.
You take that 65, look at Sam, yo.
No. I know you playing. You need a 65. That's what we giving you.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah, take these workbooks.
Yo, that is
Take these workbooks, work on that. You get
That's
your
enough to
65.
stay eligible.
But it makes, like, we're so used to that shit. Like,
Yeah.
for I always heard, like, the educational system in the East Coast is just shit, period.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's just shit.
And in New York
All
too,
up
a
and
lot
down.
of these kids, they're not involved in any activities. In
Nah,
Texas,
'cause
you doing something. Whether it's a sport, you in the band, you in
Yeah.
you
Yep.
doing some activity.
Kid
York
got,
ain't no
kid
room
got
for all
band
that.
practice. You gotta remember too. They can't get around unless their parents is taking
Another
them.
thing, too.
See,
we
here
got the
we
24
gonna venture off our damn selves.
Yeah.
At 11 years old, I knew the whole subway. I knew how to take the
Yeah, you be
subway.
like, yo, I'm going to school today. Nah, I'm going
I know
hang
how to take
out
the subway.
uptown, go see Shorty, whatnot. You know what
I
I'm
knew how to
saying?
take the subway. Mama, I knew how to take the subway all around New York City at 11 years old.
Jokes, yo.
My mother might not see me the whole day. Where you at? Shit, I was in Harlem playing ball
Yup.
with all them. I went to
to hang
Brooklyn
out
to
with
see
my
auntie and
mans.
them, and I just came back home.
In Texas, you ain't got no public transportation.
I know how to take the A, because my mother was on Stellar place between Rochester and Buffalo. I knew how to walk down, take the A, transfer at Broadway Junction to go get the J, all the way to Parson Archer. I'm back in Queens. And all I got to do is walk down a block from Parson Archer. I'm right, 3 blocks, I'm in Southside Jamaica Queens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm right in the project.
So in the morning, you just
At
do
12
that
years
instead
old.
of going to school.
Where right now, my son rides his bike 3 blocks, yo, where is he at? You know what I'm saying? Like, you be looking for like nothing, but when you go up here, it's just like the neighborhood though.
Yeah.
Like, we live on this block. I might be 7 blocks down there. At 10 years old, I'm 7 blocks hanging out in that park. Because you know why? Everyone knew your moms. People knew your pot. They know you.
phone
Oh, that's
call.
Dex. That's Dex. That's Dex. Dex, I'm going over there to the park.
Everybody knew where y'all was
But you
going.
just said it, Skip. You would be in different parks.
Right.
These kids today, you got a damn near bill to go outside to the park.
They playing
Get your
2K.
ass outside and shoot, man.
Yeah. Like,
They
yo,
homie
get
in
off
the
the
next
game.
house.
But I'm just saying,
online.
how so much has evolved. It's just like even the neighborhoods is different.
Yeah.
I could be 7 blocks over there. and someone knew who I was and knew my mom. So if we got to a little fight, Ray, I'll tell you, no,
Yep.
call your mother right now.
She gonna beat you when
Or
you
you-
get
or
home.
you-
Right now, I don't even know two of I know one neighbor on my block.
Yeah. Like even if you go in the
different world.
supermarket and you decide to act an ass and then you get smacked upside the head, be like, and then you got a neighbor, yo, I told you, stop acting a fool. All right, yo, you keep
The
playing.
corner store knew your mother.
Yeah.
You know, my mom said that she need a 2 liter soda. She'll
Yeah.
pay you when she come down. I
it's-
said to your mom.
It's still like that for me.
I'm trying to
around
tell
my own
you.
block.
He was terrified to get that call. You know what I mean?
Even
I
report
can
her.
knock down. I live in one block. I can knock on his door. He ain't got to be there. His mom there. I can knock on his door.
Go inside.
Yo, can I have some milk for my cereal? Cause we family. We all know we grown up the same way.
Yeah. Even when it came to school,
I don't know that stuff now.
you got beat in front of the class.
It's different. It's
Yeah,
different.
because when you was younger, your mom gave everybody in your neighborhood the right to whoop your ass.
Heck yeah.
Be like, yo, you saw my son?
I
Whoop
got
his ass.
smacked. I got smacked every other day by somebody that's not even my family, bro.
Even,
Your
Yeah.
mom was like, oh, you over there making the family name look bad?
Yeah.
yeah.
Your dad smacking you.
That's
Grandma
right.
called you. Oh, you over acting a fool? Why you come over here? I'm over that.
Yo, even in
Right.
third grade, like my mom gave my teacher
within a 2-day span, yo.
even in third grade, my mom gave my third grade teacher. She's like, yo, anytime he act up, yo, hell that.
Yo, you know what's crazy though? I don't know if we were probably the only school in Far Rockaway, man, but you know, my parents are West Indian, so they were with all of that shit, all that beating and all that stuff. They were with it.
Yeah.
And the nursery school I went to, man.
I think everybody here was like,
Nah,
oh
you know,
yeah.
the thing, like my mom's a very patient woman. I probably got 4 beatings in my life. I deserved all of it. I used to steal and shit and all that, steal the cookies and all that shit I used to do. And in nursery school, man, they used to like beat our hands and shit. And I'm like, yo, this is normal. But then when my mom got older, she was like, yeah, I gave the teacher permission to do that. And I was like, the hell?
I still got some.
trouble. We never used to eat our food all the time. Sleep, nap time. Give me your hand. Bow, bow, bow.
Same shit
Paddle,
happened to
do
me.
everything. This is like 2002, 2003. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, do it. I mean, that's
But I
So
mean,
you got lucky then.
Yeah.
Down.
yeah, I had to start die out a little
Man,
bit. I thought that's
nah, listen, when we was younger,
man.
you might got hit and whipped with anything and everything.
Yep. Frying pan.
Man,
fucking
listen, bro, you
brush,
got off good.
broomstick.
I was like the end of that. The end of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beat your kid and not have to worry about going
This
to
man
jail.
got off good.
Yeah, he got a real good.
If we was grown like him, we couldn't wait. We put our hand. I walk in and put my hand and pop me down because I know I'm about to do something.
You ever been
That's how
beat?
that would have been in my life.
That's the days your mom be mad, quiet,
I would have
mad,
walked in
chill.
school, pop me down. I
Yeah.
know I'm about to take
Nah,
one of
the
these
most-
pretzels out your jaws,
I'm
teacher.
telling
So
you, man.
Let me get my lick down.
The most embarrassing shit, getting beat in front of the class, and then you gotta fight
That shit should be
everybody.
in front of everybody.
Everybody.
I got whipped in
You
front of
put your
class.
hand back,
Yeah.
and nip your fingers.
The worst is when you at school acting up. You missed the cool. So they said they gonna call your mom.
You the most well-behaved student.
You go in the office and put your moms on the phone.
You call me at work?
Your mom's
You
on the
call me at work?
You get home, you know what you get. Yeah.
So, yo. So it's the thing is when you now sit and you listen to every car that drive up, look at all the headlights, you like, oh, no.
Hey,
I'm the worst in the
and your
world.
mama walk in smooth too. You already know what's up. She just,
Acting nice.
yo, she doing what she gotta do.
Goodness, yo.
Go to your room real quick. Call your ass.
What the hell, man? It's so funny. It's so funny how everybody had their own way of growing up, but you know.
Facts. All right, bro. So my man Val put together an all-in-one team list, bro.
Let me see the list, man. Val.
Oh,
We need you
Go.
to be the judge of it, bro.
Shout out to Larry
You see
Hughes.
it?
Me, Dex, and Ed put this together, right?
Oh, here we go.
Wait. Hold on, we're not gonna disclose the location we at. We ain't gonna disclose the location.
Wait.
Look, 616 Nostrand Avenue.
My list.
No, we got some.
is
We got some finger pointing right now. So
All right, look, man.
say-
I take all the bullets.
Okay, I was about to say, 'cause you
This
started
my
pointing
list.
fingers.
Nah, this is my list. This is my list.
You got it?
yeah, you point fingers.
man, this is now the NBA.
The NBA.
We ain't, hey, listen, I'm not.
Not street
We ain't
ball,
done
the
the street
NBA.
ball list
This
yet.
is all the guys that won and won in the NBA.
Yes, that play in the NBA.
All right, go ahead. Give me the list.
All right, so for the first team, we had Chauncey Billups at point guard. Well, actually, the way that shout out to Swishline too. Swishline that helped us put this list together. He put it by position. I really just wanted to do it by player. So we had Chauncey Billups, Latrell Sprewell, Vince Carter, Kevin Garnett, and Big Ben.
Okay, that's first team. That's not bad.
That's not a bad team
That's
at all.
not a bad team.
So you know, I'm
That's not a
saying
bad
this
team.
without naming positions because positions.
right
mess
now
me
you're
up.
on Paul. Go ahead.
And then for the second team, Steph, you, Monte, Sean Marion, and Fred VanVleet. Because he won that chip, man, and he was just a pivotal part. It was the hardest to add Fred in that list, though. But
The only reason it's hard to put Fred VanVleet in there because this is like so current.
Exactly.
So he hasn't. Like my instance is God forbid, because I was that. What if he doesn't play anymore after this year? Like what if he has a career-ending injury?
Championship.
So you gonna leave him on the list because he played the
So
championship?
who'd you put in there for him?
I don't know. What's the third team?
Oh, third team ain't come out yet. This second team list was just for today, so.
So how do you feel about the teams?
I gotta see the other names.
On the third team?
Yeah, I gotta see more names.
Wait,
I don't
who
think
are some people that didn't make the second
the
team?
first team. I
Who you take the first team?
it's questionable because I don't know. And I'm not being biased because I love Chauncey, but I don't think Marbury could be in the first team.
But that was people's
I
argument. So I mean,
I
that's
could,
just
but I
saying.
understand why Chauncey.
That's just saying to put him
won
on the
championships. Chauncey
on
did
the
his
first
thing.
team as a
Shout out
Chauncey. I know, and I love Chauncey. I love Chauncey in the first team. But I'm just saying, I could see if y'all had put Steph in there, I wouldn't be like, damn, y'all disrespected Chauncey. Like I'm not saying y'all disrespected Steph, but I'm just saying too, and y'all did it by position.
Yeah.
If y'all just did it by player, then I would say Steph and Chauncey be in there because you'll take Ben out of there.
Yeah. It was weird.
take
though,
Ben
when you
Wallace
said
out
that,
of
though.
it.
It was kind of like
Because you kind of could have just
position, but then we were thinking like
Stephon
player, too.
belonged in the first team of the AND1 thing.
Yeah,
Let's
of
be
course,
clear.
of course.
You said who?
Stephon belongs in the first team.
I think Dexter said that too. He was like, "Yo, you got to add him as like a six."
That might have been no. Listen, that might have been the first or second name you should have picked. But y'all saying you're doing it by position.
Well, listen, we got blasted because you wasn't on the first team. Everybody was like,
did.
Bro, that's
That
good.
is
But
a
they
fact.
equating street ball with and
And we're gonna make a street ball list too.
That way, so they try to tie in both.
I said, we was naming
You know what I'm saying?
street ball.
But if you doing by
Put it up
NBA,
again.
even if you did it by
the
numbers,
second team.
if you doing it by numbers,
Yeah.
right? I wouldn't even like go to first team. Like Ben Wallace got to come off of there.
On the first team?
His numbers, if you do my numbers, like look at his stats.
Oh no, but we not. But like defense though.
Championship.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Championship.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying
Championship
you look
in
at
the
his
NBA?
stats, you like, Steph definitely got to be on there.
I'm just saying, Ben is the type of player like Rodman that can control it.
And I'm not saying Ben would be on the third side. I'm just saying the way y'all did right now, I understand. Ben definitely on first team.
Yeah.
Damn
He
right.
said he was going by numbers.
But if he was going by numbers,
Then it's a whole different conversation.
Right.
At this point.
Exactly.
Everybody was thinking about street ball. And I said,
right?
we was talking about
Like if
street
you
ball.
notice, I'm not even saying I belong on the first team. That's what I'm saying. I agree with you.
If we did a street ball list,
Championship would've got you there.
Skip wouldn't
No.
even been. Skip wouldn't even been on first
Yeah, it
and
would've.
third team on street ball. Skip
He
was
didn't
like,
own.
Yeah, right.
icon status.
You
Right,
own
it would've been
own
different.
thing, Yeah. For
We
sure.
talk about street ball, you know what I'm saying? That's icon status. You ain't even on no team, dude. That's a whole different.
That's a whole
But
different thing.
I told Ant, and I told this dude, I ain't doing no street ball.
Look,
Oh no.
listen,
Hey, listen, man.
Get the ball.
Don't even do it, man.
look,
Don't
listen,
even.
It's too much.
look, listen.
What's Skip
Don't
say?
do it.
If y'all got a problem with me,
I'm just saying, what's
I'm
Skip
on
say?
Notion and Pacific.
Skip know how these.
He ain't giving out his address.
He said, come to
I'm
Don't
on
do it.
Notion and Pacific.
Skip know how these dudes.
It's gonna be crazy. Listen. It's gonna be a lot of emotions involved. And, you know,
Just because you said that, yo, y'all gotta do it.
them dudes,
That's
when
the
you-
same shit I was
They're
saying.
gonna be mad if you. If
Controversy
Haskell's
sells.
on first team, the rest of these dudes gonna be mad, and I'm gonna be like, he deserves to be on first team. Street ball.
peep this, though.
All the people wanted to see him.
Peep this though. People were adding Dex, man. People was adding him like, yo, what's up? Cause they know Dex's face. So if we want to do the street ball list, they'll be like, yo,
I
Dex,
mean,
man.
This is cool because it got people engaged and talking about it. Street ball is gonna be a whole different thing, dude. And Skip know how these dudes get emotional over this dude. You
Facts.
got dudes ready to fight.
But the truth is the truth.
That's the fact.
But you know what? The truth is the truth, but it's our truth.
Dave loves
It's
it.
different than somebody
Dave's
else.
loving it right now.
Like everybody
I
saying.
want y'all to do it.
No, like everybody
Next
said-
episode.
Like everybody started saying Skip and Steph should have been on first team. Like I said, if you talking about
Right.
street ball, Skip is not on no team, dude. That's
Right.
icon
If you
status.
talking about NBA players that would, I wouldn't be on no first team.
Now, street ball, son, these dudes, I'm telling you, Skip know how these
Now, what's your
dudes
team?
emotional.
That's a tough one, bro. I defer to them.
But you said you had your list too.
No. They did the list.
Oh, I thought you said you had a list too.
Oh,
We
about
do
to say.
street ball. They want to do street ball. I'm like,
Nah, y'all did the right. I ain't gonna lie, man. Y'all did the right thing. Don't do that street ball.
Like I said, I knew it would be a lot
Nah,
of
I'll
people.
do
that-
it.
All of them think they first team.
Nah, not every ball is first team.
dude, I'm telling you, dude,
But I get it though. I get it.
I can understand too.
I can understand too. You
Well,
like,
because on our next series,
And to be honest, it's hard to even do.
well, on our next series, Skip, we're gonna.
It is kinda hard,
We're
though.
gonna bring up what is the criteria for being a street ball legend? Who made the list? What's the checkpoints for being a legend? What's the for being an icon? What?
Though you so
Somebody let me
crazy.
know.
I'm gonna just say so crazy.
We might want to do that.
None
now.
of them know.
That's what I'm saying.
They just so happy that someone. They just so happy that some people
knew who they were.
put them in that light.
Because
Because you gotta know why? There's no other light to put them in.
because my thing is,
See what I'm saying though? See what I'm saying, right? Let's find an example. Dr. J played on the playgrounds.
Oh yeah.
And Dr. J played in,
Oh, yeah.
in
the league.
in NBA.
And the
So
guys here,
Dr.
too.
J is on both sides of this thing.
These is all
Right,
very
right?
valid points,
Right.
bro.
But then the next dude who only got a chance to play against Dr. J where? In the playground when he wasn't playing in the ABA or the NBA.
Right.
The only time you got a chance to play is when he came to the park in your neighborhood because you had a good game that day. You're a street ball legend.
ooh, speak on
Shots.
we gotta talk about it.
So no, that's something. No, I'm just saying.
Hey.
It's not no shot up. I'm just saying, like, it's going back to what is the criteria? Because we don't have nothing else to measure that dude on.
Right.
We don't measure
Yo,
Dr. J
He
on
said just 'cause you had a good
everything.
game,
what I
dog.
say. And then what?
So okay. So even myself,
Right.
you could measure me on. Damn, he held his own in the NBA.
Right.
Had an 11-year career.
Right.
Right.
It's a long career.
Went to
in
the
NBA.
finals.
Right. You've been to the finals.
Was a starter for most of his career.
Right.
Dominated
Street ball.
And you didn't just dominate
Dominated
one
out
borough.
here.
Michael
You
Jordan.
went to
Every borough.
Every borough.
Everything.
Now,
That's
I'm not,
what people
but see, when I
didn't
talk
do.
about myself, like I never talk about myself. It's not to say somebody ain't catch me out there and bust my ass one a day or twice, but they
Consistency.
had to do it every day in the
Consistency.
summer.
And plus-
because I came out every day and
Right.
every summer.
Plus, most dudes throughout the other boroughs.
so
they wouldn't come to Brooklyn.
So that's what I'm saying. You got something to measure me on.
Right.
That's my thing.
And what I'm saying is, you could go through Queens. Yeah, he won the best here. You can go in Brooklyn, like, oh yeah, Skip came out here and played too. You go to Harlem, yeah, he played. He ain't just playing
Brooklyn,
Rucker.
go to
He
Bronx.
played in all them other little Thomas too. I went to the Bronx.
Staten Island.
And that's my thing.
So-
what's the criteria, dude?
Okay, so now the
all
next
people that play
dude.
everywhere.
So now the next dude, he has a. Let's say the next guy, he has a name in Rucker. And I played in that league. Man, not every team was good.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
It was like if it was 9 teams in there, 5 was good.
Yeah.
Fat Joe, he had a good team.
I don't care what team. I'm just saying, 5 teams. The fans in the city knew who to come see.
Right.
Yeah.
Yo, we're gonna see Master Robert Flavor tonight. Oh yeah, you knew that. You knew another team. You knew this team. Then it was some games. Team that got blown out by 25. People leaving before the second half. Oh, this ain't no good game. Skipping them killed them
Yeah.
in the first half.
So that's
So I'm just saying, it's not a diss and a knock. It's just saying, what really is the criteria? Like what? Because some of y'all never even left your borough.
Right.
That would be a great question. That would be a great question though.
And if you left your borough, let's say you played one tournament over here in Brooklyn, that
don't
don't
mean
count.
I don't care.
hey, on the next AND1 on the clock series. Oh, we gonna speak on it.
Got to.
We gonna speak on it.
Got to. That's
That
a
don't
Yo, that's the
count.
thing. A lot of people only played in their home boroughs,
A
bro.
lot of guys.
Oh, a lot of people.
A lot of guys is calling themselves legends. What's the criteria? What's the check?
Think about it. When they darn me a legend, I didn't even know. I was too young. Like I thought this is what we do here in New York City. We play in basketball tournaments.
Right.
And if you're gonna play,
You better play.
bring your game and bust some ass.
You better play, boy.
I had no idea that I'm 18 going to junior college. Like, man, that's a legend there. Damn. All right. But now, because I got something else to hang my hat on.
Right. You went to the finals.
So whether they was to say, man, Skip ain't no legend, but he did do his thing, but he ain't no shit like, I could be like, I don't care.
That sounds so crazy.
I'm a dap him up. I'm like, yo, cool, bro. I ain't a legend out here.
That's how
That's
people
cool.
think.
But that
you
sounds
know.
so
But
crazy.
let's be
though.
clear.
But ain't no.
Y'all know me.
Yeah. Ain't,
That's all I'm saying.
can't nobody dispute that.
You can't dispute.
Well, like
Okay.
I said, Skip is not a legend.
Because
Skip-
but what I'm saying though, if they was to say that though, what I'm saying is they was to say that, I could be like, I don't care. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be good for the podcast.
Man,
If y'all could have cut to what walked by. Ooh,
Man, get some ass.
nah, but
You got that?
if they would say that, right? I say cool, cause I'm in the NBA.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All right. What I'm saying is most of them dudes, these guys, for whatever happened in their life or career, they don't have nothing else to.
Nah.
It's what else they can? So they gotta hold on to that.
And that's why I'm saying dudes get emotional.
They gotta hold. That's the only thing they got to hold on. I gotta protect that. I gotta hold that. And what makes them emotional is even their legendary status is in question.
It's an ego thing.
Because I can tell you,
It's in question.
That's all they got.
Because at the end of the day, you only played right there.
well, see,
That's what I'm saying. It's some dudes, they only played in Rucker, in a couple other little rinky-dink tournaments around the Bronx or Harlem or something.
But you basically was like nomadic with your
Right.
stuff, man. You was going everywhere.
Rucker is the only one that the whole New York City is gonna come to and watch. Now the tournament right down the block on 132nd and First Ave, only them people in the neighborhood is going to see that one.
Yeah.
Well, to your point, I had a conversation with Julius Irvin, and I brought up, some of the folklore around some people that say they got at him at these tournaments.
He tell you.
Julius Irvin said the same thing. He said, dude, like you just said, I'm a Hall of Famer. I did this. They holding on to that. So he said, I don't even want to dispute it. Let them hold on to that.
But see, this is the problem. Like a lot of them dudes, like local dudes, guys don't understand, man. I can go to NBA, right? I play a long season, right? I'm coming really to play summer ball to stay in shape. Like every game, you're not getting my best out here because I'm really trying, one, not to get hurt, and two, I need to stay in shape so when I get ready to training camp, I'm ready. So you might get a 30-piece tonight. And the whole New York City and maybe a couple other states, surrounding states, done heard about it. Oh, Dex going to bust Skip ass. But real hoopers, even the Dex Gordon know, like, yo, man, he played hard for the first 15 minutes, but after that, man, he was on cruise control. And guess what? The dude Skip still finished with 35 on cruise control.
And it's still what we said.
So I'm saying, but now, because he had that game, yo, Dex Gordon, one of the best ever did it out here. He gave Skip 30.
Yeah.
Is this talk? You know what I'm saying?
Now, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
So now, Dex holds on to it. Even Dex might not hold on to it, but everyone else can hold on to it for him.
Like we said,
And then they're gonna be, and like he said, you can ask Julius. And Julius like, yo, one thing about Dr. J, like, yo, I'm not gonna dispute the man had a good game, but understand who I am.
Right.
And that's the problem with, and so you gotta, there's a lot of New York City podcasts. People been dying for me to come on. And I'd be like, yo, I don't wanna go on there because when I say it, I got to say now a whole new can of worms going on. Now people want to fight. Cause these two people want to fight because of this stuff, bro.
Right.
Just because I might go on there and be like, because I could be a person to go on there and be like, yo, none of them can mess with me. Or I could say something like, yo, everybody in New York City came to see me.
Right.
Just as I said. Now that's an actual fact.
It's a fact.
But them dudes like, nah, man, yo, they came to see me. I'm not disputing when they did. All I said to let you know, whenever I had a game,
You was the main event in New York.
people was leaving Hot 97, cutting their little segment short,
Yep.
getting a chance of getting doc pay. People was leaving WBLS.
Yep.
People was making sure they got off work early, because you know when each other's playing. Like they let you know. Like let's say it's Thursday. Like because Rutgers only Monday through Thursday.
Right.
That Thursday they let you know Monday. Hey, don't forget Monday. We got that man. Skid to my Lou versus such and such. We got that man come. Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday night, they are getting ready.
Yeah.
People are coming off work with their work attire, with their
With they
briefcase.
bag. With
the old school attaché case, what they used to call it. They call it the attaché case. They coming in there. They standing on line. Yo, I gotta get a seat early. There's people, the game ain't so sick. There's people standing outside Ruck, I kid you not. Because I used to have a girlfriend across the street.
Right.
I used to go hang out with them at 2. We looking at the line. The line at 3:30. They lined up.
yeah.
On some high school
Do you
games.
think they lined up at 3:30 for the 8 o'clock game?
Nah,
They lined up at 3:30 for the 6 o'clock game.
It was like prime time.
They got footage. You can look at this footage. They hang on the buildings, on the bridge up there.
Yep.
Just like that famous.
They on the bridge. They hanging off the school, just like they did for Dr. J.
Yep.
You ain't hang off the school for the local legend down the block, even though they know they like, nah, we gonna see you tomorrow in front of the store, chilling. That's the doctor. The only reason I wear Converse is because of doctor.
Yeah.
And like he said, yeah, you gave him 40.
All right, cool.
But I came to see that. But the dunk the doctor did though, when he put it here, he brought it here.
That's all they talking about.
Care about your 30. Y'all gonna hold that 30 on him for a deal.
Yeah, hold that little
The one
clip.
joint he did underneath the rim, brought it.
Same thing with Connie Hawkins. Connie Hawkins played both. Why don't we play this summertime? World be free.
Shit, we'll play.
Come on now.
Will did play. Yeah.
The year the Knicks won a championship.
That
They
was-
were rallying in the game.
You gotta understand, bro. Like
That was the
those dudes is
entertainment back
different.
then.
The 70, 71 season? Around that.
Earl Pearl Monroe.
Yeah, the one, yeah.
Earl Pearl Monroe used to come from and come on down, spinning on everybody and get back on to go to Philly.
Shout out to Philly, man.
Come on now.
Philly got some
Yo.
hoopers.
That's what I'm
boy.
saying. So that's the biggest
Hoopers.
misconception. What makes you
criteria?
a street baller? What is the
What's the
criteria?
criteria?
Because even if they want to, I would give them luxury. Man, put mines in question just in case so that you can see. And I tell them this:
hold it up
put
again.
mines in question so it gives you the individual chance to break down my timeline,
Right.
and then you're gonna realize, oh no, you can't question that.
Can't.
Right.
Because
Undisputed.
he been doing this since he was a kid. I grew up in Queens, going to play in Brooklyn, preteen, 305 Park. Go to the other park in Brooklyn. Boom. Was they get busted out? Yeah. But was I doing my thing? Because at the end of the day, when you think of a street ball legend, you only focus on the individual.
Right.
So my team, we could lose by 5, 7, 10, 15. But did that dude that you came to see do his damn thing, though? He didn't let you down. As I got older, I played over here in Harlem. Yo, that's that little dude I told you from Queens.
That's a trip too.
As I get older, I'm going to Bronx.
That's a
now,
trip too,
now
man,
I
to
go,
get- feel me?
then at 15,
On your
16,
film.
17, they take me to Rocker Park and play against Drummond Men.
That's a
And
trip.
they like, yo, listen, that's that kid right there. These dudes is 25.
Then the thing you told me when you was 18 playing the pro am.
I played in Nike Pro City.
Who
Won the trophy.
what was the team you told me
Me-
you started on when you was 18?
Me, Anthony Mason, Walter Berry,
That's a crazy ass.
Mark Jackson whenever he came,
That's a crazy ass.
old school Marty Conlon.
Oh my goodness.
We had a team. These are dudes I was little watching them on TV in the Big East. Mark Jackson, Walter Berry, I watched him in 85, 86, 87, whatever.
But you playing?
I'm a little kid watching them. At 18, they on my team. But the people in the crowd's like, they happy to still see them play.
Right.
But they came
They
to
come to
see
see-
Skip.
Yo, you-
And that's the fucking look. if we
And this
talk
is
about-
at Hunter College. This is when Nike Pro City was at Hunter
criteria
College. Yo.
for it. If we
He's a
talking
criteria.
street ball,
We talk.
That was my whole thing.
So I'm trying to tell you, like,
When dudes call themselves
like
legends,
what is the criteria?
Because we-
who's competing?
Hey,
'Cause we-
wow, he gave me a lot to think about with that.
Because
Who
we
named
just
you?
can't-
Who considered you that?
Right, because we just can't go off of marketing. Because marketing is marketing. But
Oh, we can't just go off that one game that you beat a dude that came in the summertime for one day in the
Right.
NBA who partied all night last night.
Right.
Who's only here? He's here because he had some business deals to do.
Right.
And he just said, I might as well grace Rucker with my presence.
right.
And he go out there and play, and you have a little good game, but yet still, no one wants to talk about the 25, 30 he had. They want to talk about the couple of points you did on him, and you a legend.
Because that was my whole thing. I said New York was different because an NBA player probably could go play in a pro am or something else. And they're like, oh, that's such and such. New York, they like, oh, I'm about to get my name off this dude.
Yeah.
They about to
Facts.
go hard. And like you said, the NBA player might be here just, let me just.
See, and at the end of the day, but then when you say this, the person that you're talking about, they take it to another, so personal. No, I'm not saying that you ain't nice. I'm not saying that your name ain't buzzing around here.
But it's it has
But
to, it has
why
to-
are
it's-
you
it's-
taking
yeah.
that one game and making that who you are instead of me personally. I'm gonna take all the games you've been doing around here. I'm gonna take all that and make you who you are. I ain't gonna take this one game that you had against this damn NBA dude who was only here for one night, who I'm just happy he graced our playground and our tournament with his presence. And you're gonna say it and make it seem like you did something to this man.
Right.
Or you now all of a sudden this elevates you who you are.
Right. Like we seen that.
And I'm trying to tell these dudes, you are because of everything you've been doing.
Right.
Right.
Because I can say this, man. Being in that NBA, man, 10 times out of 10 you play that, man, it might not. It could be nasty.
Oh, yeah.
It could be nasty.
Yeah, and that's what dudes got.
I've seen a 13, 14, 15 man on these teams, man. These kids, these people. Look, do the NBA get it wrong sometimes? Yes. But it ain't on no high scale they get it wrong.
No.
What I say about that, it's the reason these people, some of these players in there.
Right.
This is not
Talent level.
listen.
Different.
83, 85%. They pick the right players, bro.
Right.
I'm not gonna kid. He be around the stuff. It's not coincidence. If you think Fred VanVleet is having a good showing, it's not. They knew.
They knew.
Why? They did countless homework on these people.
Yeah.
They follow these people every day, all day. Somebody is following them. They know what time he's going to bed. They know he's going to sleep. They know his likes, his dislikes. They know. It's not coincidence, man.
What's so crazy, you see the 13th man on the NBA bench, he'll come play in a pro
And get 35.
Yeah.
And they sitting there like, why you ain't doing that in the league? No, because it's the business probably why he not getting off that bench. There's people ahead of him making $20 million a year that play his position. There's no minutes for him on that team.
Yeah, that's not because.
But guess what? There's minutes for him right here in this tournament. He just gave you 35.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the difference, though.
He's getting all the minutes in the world here, and he just buzzed up. And the only thing you can say, and your only comeback is, well, yeah, but you ain't doing that in the league.
Yeah.
I did it on you. That's why you're not there.
Bro, the dude's still getting paid,
Because
though.
when we went out to Dykeman to follow Trez for the summer, there was dudes out there going ham on him, and they was talking. They like, yeah, but you ain't doing that in the league. This, that, and the third. And I'm like,
Trez averaged almost 20 a game.
that's
last
what I'm
season.
saying.
He averaged
And
17.8,
you got
I think.
little short
They was
point
really
guard.
going hard at homie too.
I love that energy.
I love one thing
that
about
shit.
me,
Right.
man, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I love all the dudes. Like, if it wasn't for playground ball, my game probably wouldn't have developed.
Right.
So, and I admire all of them. I looked up to a lot of these dudes on the playground, man. Listen, you grew up in New York, everyone's an idol to yours because that's who we are. We identify ourselves with the guys we see in these tournaments and playground. Right. So I had my New York idols and I had my TV idols, guys in college and the pros. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
When I played in West Fork, before I played, I used to always go watch Lloyd and them play. Lloyd Dan's gonna play at West Fork. All these other guys play at West Fork. So I'm like, damn, if I ever play in there, I gotta bring it.
And a lot of these dudes don't even know about Sweet Pea.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's different. You know what I'm saying? So I tip my hat to all the guys in New York City that play in these street balls every summer, give the crowd and fans, the locals, something to talk about. You know what I'm saying? But again, what dons you a playground legend?
So
What made you a playground legend? Because you dominate. Like, people can't say one thing. Like I said, there's a lot of us running around here. There's a lot of us running around here that we can say, I bust ass in Ruck, I bust ass in West Fork, I bust ass in Brevo, I bust ass in Soda Hole, I bust ass in Queen. Like, we can literally say that. Then you got the rest. Y'all bust ass in Rucker. I bust ass in Rucker. Then I bust ass again in the other year in Rucker. And then we never saw you again. Mind you, they only played 3 years, which is 3 summers. And then we never saw him again. So I'm gonna give him his props. Yeah, his 3 summers that they played, he was doing his thing.
Yeah.
But where was he at the last one? And it wasn't like he was old.
Right.
You were only 27 when you vanished.
Shit. Skip got jokes.
I'm just saying, yo, it's tricky, and that's why I stay away from like. If you look on Facebook, they got the little New York City basketball talk crew. Like, I stay off of that because I'm like, yo, dog, listen, some of these stuff you're talking about is invalid. He was nice in this area,
But not.
he didn't come out of his area.
Not in all the boroughs though. Not in the city. You know what I'm saying? It's different.
If he had to pay a bill in Manhattan, he probably let the bill go into default.
Shit.
That's how some of these dudes don't even leave their borough.
Yeah. They don't even live in the project building.
I'm trying to tell you, if Con Edison was in the Bronx, they go, yo, you got to go there and pay it. I just let the lights and the gas and everything cut
Yeah,
off.
we're putting the candles and the incense from the corner.
I'm telling you, they're gonna light something. They're gonna light the candles and incense. Like you said, they put the candles and light the incense, man. Go ahead, man.
So Skip, dog, bro. Val, you got your work cut out for the street ball list, bro. What is the criteria for a street ball legend?
I'm just telling you right now.
Y'all heard it
Yo,
here,
look,
man.
how about this?
Yes, sir.
I'll help you out. I'll put it on my Instagram.
Bet.
Say that.
And watch I get 40,000.
Put my address.
You got it.
Put my address.
So y'all saw it here. What qualifies you to be a street ball legend? So shout out Skip to my Lou coming through, aka Mr. AND1. It's AND1 Demo. That's Val.
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna see y'all back. So
First show is in
sign
the
off,
books.
y'all.
On the clock, baby.
It's about to be legendary. It's in the books.
AND1 on the clock.
It's in the books, baby.